Wait a minute, let me put some scotch up in it.
We are live, everybody. Woo! My goodness gracious.
Get that logo over there, man.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
What is motherfucker?
Woo!
How we doing?
Doing good. Sorry, everybody, for the delay there. I had a camera go out.
Whoa.
Oh.
Had to go to
dang.
a new camera. So, yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Really was. Really was.
You look rosy, buddy. Are you?
I was running around.
I was gonna say. Out
Yeah,
in the cold,
I am a
looks
little
like.
bit. We are live. I don't think anybody wants to hear me have to do that again.
No,
We are live.
Love it.
Oh my goodness gracious! We have an episode for all of you. Good googly moogly. I got so set off track. Yeah,
Boogly,
it's
boogly, boogly, boogly.
a wild oogly boogly moogly googly doogly something. It was a wild one that I just went through. I just had a last minute. All of a sudden, everything is great. We're dialed in, and now all of a sudden, camera goes out.
Shit.
And I was scrambling, absolutely scrambling. Hang on, Buttsy. I'm gonna join you on that as
Ooh,
well.
what's that?
We've got a little gift from
Green
our
label?
friends over at Johnny Walker.
Oh,
little
wow.
Johnny Walker Black.
Black
We're gonna
label
pour this in here.
Yeah, I wasn't
Oh,
gonna
here we
drink
go.
tonight, but man, this looks pretty good.
Hey, man, it's 2 weeks before Christmas. Let's get it on. I mean, come on.
Beginning to look a lot.
Buttsy can't quite hear you so well though. That's the only problem. You're a little
I know.
low.
I feel like I'm
You know what it is, dude?
some glasses.
I think I got a little bit of my filet of fish sandwich in the microphone port on my phone.
Oh, you hate to see that. You hate to see it. Man, oh man.
I don't know why I'm
Boys, how we
laughing.
feeling? We about
Fucking
ready to get
fantastic.
started, Buttsy? Let's cheers a little bit.
Yeah,
Brandon,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
got anything, cheers to you, buddy. Cheers.
Cup of coffee, cup of Joe.
Cup of Joe sounds good. I'm gonna do one of those in a little bit.
Oh man, I haven't had
cool out
Johnny
here.
Walker Black in a while. I'm a blue guy. A lot of people shit on, the blended Scotch, but I'm telling you what, the best whiskey in the world, in my opinion, is Johnny Walker Blue.
Walk me through for an uneducated person in the whiskey, bourbon.
So you
Scotch
have the
world.
snobs that will say that it has to come from a single barrel.
Okay.
That you age it in one barrel and that's it. That is your OG. Now, if you've got a couple different ones that are aged in different barrels and then you mix them together afterwards, that's a blend. So Johnny Walker Blue is technically a blend, but it is the best whiskey
This
in my
is
opinion.
so-
It's my absolute favorite.
So damn buttery, smooth, and delicious.
But that's
This
Johnny
is
Walker
dangerous
Black.
here.
This is the black. I would say that this is also a fan favorite of mine. The blue costs a pretty penny. So,
Now, they
okay,
have the
well, that makes
ultra
sense.
black as well, and gold, and red,
yeah.
right? But yeah, the blue. What is it? It's a couple $100 a bottle, but
Oof.
Yeah, I think it's about two something, 225 ish.
well worth it if you want a
Really?
tasty treat. Brent,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you like smoking stogies, bro, it's
Yeah.
hard to beat.
Yeah, my dad's on that train, has been for the last 5 years. It's all tastes and smells like gasoline to me.
Well,
Oh, dude, I love drinking a
I'm not there
campfire.
yet, you know? I'm not there
A
yet.
smoky campfire is where I'm at.
you got to ruin your palate for a few more years for this.
Yeah.
To be good.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's a maturity thing for sure.
It is.
Definitely.
You got some years to go. But
Yeah,
gentlemen,
that's all
let's go ahead and get this bad boy underway.
Come on, boys. Let's
Get
get it
ready.
on.
All right.
Show them
In
love. let it
3.
grow. Come on, baby.
2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Tonight we got Buttsy, we've got Brent Grant, our tour insider, and we've got an awesome show for all of you. I cannot wait to get into everything we have on the agenda. We've got the tee off report with Buttsy. we're taking a different angle with the tee off report tonight. You'll see what I mean in a second. We've also got a Q School update from Mr. Brent Grant. We've got the Hero World Challenge recap. We've got a little bit of the Saudi PIF tournament that took place. I know I didn't quite put that in the notes, boys, but want to cover that really quick as well. And then we've got the golf GOAT debate. I think it's time that we start kind of listing out who our guys are that we believe are the greatest of all time. And we'll get into a whole debate around that. And then we've got the upcoming Grant Thornton Invitational that's this week, different format there. And then we've got some LIV Golf news per usual. We always end it with the absolute best topic in the world, which happens to be LIV Golf. Truck Golfer mentions that we are off the wagon. We sure are, with a gift from our friends over at Johnny Walker, some Johnny Walker Black tonight. Buttsy and I are drinking that. You know, Brent's got the stogie going.
Getting there in a minute. I'll be with
Yeah,
you.
it's weird. He never smokes cigars. That's crazy.
Yeah, he really doesn't.
He looks really cool, though.
I mean, probably the coolest.
Yeah.
Well, but see, I don't have the whiskey, so it's like a halfway kind of thing, you know.
It is kind of a halfway
like a half
thing.
chub.
Yeah.
Is.
Yeah.
You hate to see the half chub too.
Well, I will say, if you guys will allow me, the American cigar from JC Newman, all American, 100% tobacco wrapper, plastic that it comes in, all of it, 100% American, one of the best cigars in the world.
I heard that's
fantastic stuff.
It's woven with, I think, 3 strands of Thomas Jefferson's real hair in every.
Exactly.
cigar.
Actually, it's his taint hair, to be exact.
Gotta love some good taint hair. And I gotta tell you, folks, we've got our usual sponsor in Swannies. So make sure to go over. I've got underneath here, I've got the goat on.
Whoa.
It's the Tiger Goat. And it's a great one. So because we're going to be talking about goats as well. Now, here's the thing, folks. So Swannies Golf, head on over there and go to swannies.co. Right now, they're giving 25% off to everybody, but make sure to just throw in there the little promo code PullHookGolf25 at checkout for 25% off your entire order at swannies.co. And here's the thing, folks. You know, we've been talking a lot about let's really pick some brands that we really want to be a part of, and let's get after it. So we've got some big news, some breaking news around sponsorships. We've got a brand new sponsor coming into town.
Really?
And this is big, folks. This is very, very big. I'm trying to share my screen, so bear with me as I'm trying to buy some time. Devro Golf.
Oh,
okay. Devro Golf, folks. Butsy's got it on right now. Look at that. And he's shaking his ass over there. But Devro Golf, and I've got it on as well. So I've got on the Out of Bounds knit jacket. This thing is sick. But this is a local Phoenix, Arizona
show us that
brand.
jacket, bro. Look at some of the.
Well, hang on a second. Before I show off here my own gear, folks, the promo code for Devro Golf is PullHookGolf20. You're going to get 20% off everything at Devro Golf. Now, Devro, there's a lot of debate around how do you spell this thing? How do you say it? First of all, it begins with a D. There's 3 E's, okay? So it's EV, ER, EU, and then an X at the end. So DevroGolf.com. And I got to tell you guys, I am absolutely juiced about this sponsorship, partnership, whatever you want to call it. We are down with that because check this out. This is fresh. And by the way, Buttsy and I were in there today, and I'll tell you right now.
For the invite.
The stuff, well, you're in California, my friend. So
I would have flown over for that. Come on.
I went through and I was just like, holy shit, this is my jam. I absolutely love this stuff. So folks, make sure to support the podcast. Go over to DevroGolf.com, spend some money for the squad, and you're not going to be disappointed at all. This stuff is absolutely fresh.
The new drops are so sick, dude.
It's so
T-shirts,
sick.
Cardigans. God, I got to pull out that cardigan here in a little bit and toss that on. Maybe for
don't mess up the hair, Matt. Keep the hat.
You know
off
what?
that
It's
hair.
funny. I was going to throw it on. I'm going to throw it on a little bit later.
No,
Okay.
Keep the hair. Keep the hair.
I'm going to
We
keep
love
the hair going so that the ladies stay tuned in. But this hat is
All
going to be
three of
going
them.
on. And again, we're going local. We're going local with our brands. Devereaux Golf is here in the Phoenix area, or Tempe, I should say. And absolutely love it. So we're pumped up about this new partnership and sponsorship heading into 2026.
Yeah, look at this thing for the ladies, dude, or for the dudes. I mean, look at that, dude. Little bag.
Oh, that's
I
great.
mean, keep your steroids in there. That's sick.
Yeah, man. Keep my
That's
estrogen
great.
tablets in there. I'm just a big old cow ready for the milking.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's what we got going on right now. Again, more to come around Devereaux Golf as we move into 2025. Again, absolutely pumped up about that. And if you're in a golf shop, trad golfer, make sure to get Devereaux Golf into the golf shop, because we're going to be pumping this up here locally.
Pump it up.
We can't wait. We can't wait for more episodes, more things to come around that. And now here you go. We've got Trot Golfer saying good stuff. Congrats. We appreciate it.
Well, let's get it on. It's always amazing to see how many clothing companies and there are, but there are a few out there that really set themselves apart, and I think Devereaux does a good job of balancing kind of like the modern day look with a little bit of the old school flair, and doesn't, they don't go full Malbon, they don't go like full LA hipster, but they do have, little sprinkles of like
I
that
love the
jacket.
vibe
That
that they
jacket's
have.
incredible. That jacket is awesome.
Dude,
Their
you should see
designs
the
over
other
the
one
years
I've
are
got.
awesome.
I mean, shoot, I'll probably have to wear that one on the next episode. I can't give it all away right away, but
No.
man, the other jacket that I have as well from today, it looks like it is straight out of Cobra Kai. And it is, my wife already saw it and she's like, I want that. I'm like, you can't
Well,
have
there
it,
you
honey.
go.
She
Too
tries to
bad.
steal everything. So
Well,
I was like,
know.
I got to wear it on the show at least once before you can start stealing it.
Till death do you part, and all your sweaters.
Absolutely. And jackets and hoodies and everything else that comes along. But again, let's support our local companies here in the Valley, and let's keep this thing moving. So we've got the tee-off report with my man here, Mr. Buttsy himself. Oh, yeah.
Buttsy.
Woo. And we've got now Buttsy. Normally we put him on a soapbox. We let him complain about all this shit. However, we're taking a spin here. Little first tee spin with the tee-off report. But Buttsy, my question to you is, what's your pre-round advice for golfers?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Where do I begin? I guess it starts on which day of the weekend it falls on. If it's a Saturday, if I got enough
hammered.
time, if I wake up early enough, we're probably having a Bloody Mary at the crib.
Mm.
Okay, which means we're not driving, so Uber or get a wonderful ride from the missus here. But otherwise, I usually do tobacco on Saturdays as well. So what that means is we're definitely going to stop at the nearest gas station en route to the golf course. We're going to pick up probably some chompers, aka chew, maybe some smokes, depending on how the lungs are feeling that day. Might get some cigs. I quit the vape thing. Do I have any
Oh,
fresh
wow.
vapes? Well, we'll
That's
see.
news.
As this Johnny Walker goes down, I may not quit here very long. So
Just get outside with a cigar. Come on, bro.
yeah, dude, I wish I could just smoke one in here, let me tell you. But yeah, then you get to the golf course. And let's throw a breakfast sandwich in there. Let's just throw a little fucking something in there. I like sausage with a flaky biscuit smothered in cheese, and I do eat the cheese off the wrapper.
Do you
Absolutely.
prefer a sandwich or a burrito?
Sandwich. The burrito's
Sandwich.
never treated me well. That's turned into I can't tell you how many times you're not quite to the bathroom on 9, or you may know what that bathroom looks like at the given course you're playing, and you're driving back to the clubhouse. You have to come back and meet up because, well, you're not planning ahead. You don't have a diaper on, and you're trying not to take shit behind a bush. So you fly back to the shop. Hopefully, you make it in time. God forbid the stall is taken. It's just a terrible thing. So no on the burrito.
God forbid.
Any
Yeah.
coffee? Any coffee going on in there? Maybe a little.
I'll do like Bailey's and coffee.
Well, I was
or-
going to say a little Irish whiskey
Or
in there.
if we don't start the booze in, let's say it's a Sunday, right? And we're going to kind of hold off because, the next day is usually a work day. So we're going to go down a little bit on the gas pedal there. But yeah, so coffee in that case. But then you get to the golf course. I don't know, man. I might hit 15 range balls, if that. But I'm
I've
usually
seen it.
grabbing 2 double transfusions. I'm
Yeah.
filling the cooler with at least a 6-pack, some sort of seltzer of some kind,
2 of them.
and maybe Johnny Walker now. Who knows? I don't know what that day would turn out like. But yeah, get the cooler filled up. And if there's enough time after those priorities are met, like I said, I'll go out and I'll hit 10 or 15 wedges and we'll rip
Couple of
right over
putts.
the tee. I'm trying to get loose mentally and physically. I'm a big dude. The booze definitely helps that in the morning. I'm trying to assess how my stomach feels from the breakfast sando. We got to get all that shit out of the way, literally and proverbially, before we head to the box. So I like to get to the range, loaded on booze, got all my shit in the cart. I got my smokes or whatever I'm doing that day. And then if there's a few minutes left over, I'll hit some nugs. Otherwise, more often than not, Brent, you've seen this. We're just gonna go peg it. Like, I'll just
Oh
go-
yeah.
That's
Sendo.
it.
Do you ever hit the green, the putting green?
Oh
at
no.
time?
No.
I do not
no.
believe in practicing missing putts. I think it's the stupidest thing ever. I think it's fucking dumb. You know how that green's rolling after the first putt you hit? Yeah, if you're playing somewhere special, you might blast the first one by, but I'd like to think I'm, a premium enough player to be able to look at it and know this is how it's probably rolling today. And I'd like to think that I'm going to make everything every time I ever step on the golf course. If I go to the practice green before I play golf, and I miss 4 or 5, and then I go to hit 3 or 4 shorties, just saying, let's work on the stroke, knock these in. 2 of those miss, I'm going to putt like shit all day because what did I just do? I just proved to myself that we're not putting very well, and we haven't even fucking teed off yet. So.
Wow. The fans loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Thank you,
loved that.
fans. That's pretty much that's how it's going to go.
I like that. I like that a lot. I do have one question though.
Sure.
So let's say it's a special Friday.
Okay.
Do you let's say tea time's 11 o'clock.
Sure.
Okay. It's, it's like a October day, what kind of shenanigans are going on? Let's say you got a little game going on, it's a foursome of guys that you know real well. Is there any sort of things that are going on before the round? I mean, what sort of things could the people learn from the great and powerful Buttsy?
If I have time, if it's 11, 12, 1 o'clock, and I know I got some time in the morning, I'm going to fire up the hand-eye coordination. I'm probably going to have about 5 or 6 White Claws and play Call of Duty, to be honest with you.
Oh, there we go.
And that first game's going to be rough, but before you know it, you're getting the brain locked in, you're getting loose. It honestly, I think it works, dude. I really do think it works. If I have time, I will play Call of Duty for an hour to an hour and a half before I leave the house, and then my brain and my hands are connected. I will not hit range balls in that case. I'll just
Interesting.
I'm ready.
What about for those young guys? And this could even go for some older men as well, to where you had a bender the night before. You're on a golf trip, let's say, and all of a sudden you are shaky. You might be on the verge of vomiting to start off the next day. What's your advice there? Because I've got a little recipe that I normally go to in those type of situations.
So I'll literally open one eye and crawl out of bed. And the first thing I'll do is turn the shower on cold, and then I'll come out to the kitchen and I will open the closest bottle of hard brown alcohol and take an absolute satanic rip off of it. And then I will try not to puke there. I'll usually stand there for a minute, and then I'll cruise back in and I will lay down in the cold shower for 10 or 15 minutes. And then kind of have a little pep talk, and then by then that shit's hitting the cranium, and it's fucking go time.
Are you a puke and rally kind of guy?
No, I don't puke.
Yeah.
No, I'm a man.
Yeah. So my recipe is normally, as soon as you get to the golf course, you grab a Bloody Mary.
Sure.
And you ask her to make it spicy. Okay. Because you want to get out whatever is in there from the day prior. And I don't want it coming through. I don't want the vomit. So if you got to go use that stall and have a pregame, good old dump, then that's what you got to do. So normally it's chug down that Bloody Mary while you're at the bar, and then you order an immediate second Bloody Mary.
Yes.
And again, spicy. And you take that on your way to the bathroom
Yeah,
to take your deuce.
Yep.
And normally by the time that you're halfway done, you're at the first tee and you're not quite as shaky as you were, but you get some good vitamins with that Bloody Mary. You get a lot of vitamin C, you get rehydrated a little bit, and you get the alcohol in so that your body's not in withdrawals to where you're shaking and so forth.
Yeah, and you released an absolute demonic black tar shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you pound that Bloody in the bar and you don't have anything in your stomach when you that's a smart play, because that's all that salt that's going to basically turn into an enema like instantly.
That's exactly right. I mean,
and then you just in time you grab that second one and you just go sit down in there and camp out and
just a little Michael J. Fox action out there on
that
the first. You don't want to see
that first tee shot with that 2-iron. You know, it doesn't quite feel as bad off the end of the bat like it normally would. You know, feel like this.
That's another thing I would say I've learned. Even if it could be a 310-yard par 4, super tight, everybody else hitting 5-iron off the tee to be smart. I am
rip driver.
I am opening up driver as far as I can and just wiping it, and it's probably going dead straight.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely agree, boys. That's beautiful.
Flipping the door shut, like it's going straight. Yeah,
I got to tell you, I might be switching to. I used to be a flask guy. Used to break out the flask, and then I stopped for a while. I might come back.
Okay,
I got some. I know a spot that's got some pretty nice flasks. Shinola, if you're ever perusing the internet.
The watch company.
Shinola.
Okay. I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
Good shit. Anyways, hold on. I think Dylan Vodry asked to pick his bachelor party cigar. Should we do that for him?
Why not? Dylan Vodry is a long-time listener, so let's go ahead and help him out here. So Brent, which cigar would you pick for his Scottsdale bachelor party cigar?
So it's got to be a healthy size. So we're gonna go with a. It's called a Toro. That's the size of the cigar. About 6 inches, about a 56 ring gauge. And you gotta go with the Padron, man. Gotta go the Padron Presidente. That's a phenomenal cigar. Comes in a white or red tube. You know, you can pass them out. They sound cool when they're clicking together in your pocket. You know, pass them out. They don't look like a cheap plastic, covered cigar. Comes in a tube, smokes great, and I think it's about $25, $20 to $25.
Okay, not bad. Not bad. Buttsy, you got anything? I'm not a huge cigar guy.
If I'm doing a cigar, man, it's got to have like a light wrapper on it. I'm not into, the dark ones are cool for about 45 minutes, and then it just starts to taste like you're smoking pepper to me.
That's exactly how some of them go.
The only ones that I absolutely love that I wish I could just have this on order, but it's never going to happen because I was in Cuba and I went out and got to spend time with a farmer, like way out, who they were telling me he had like 3 wives and like 6 girlfriends. And he was this like 90-year-old man, and they're like, this guy's a stud. He would smoke. In the time that I was there, I was probably there for like 4 or 5 hours, hanging out with them. The translator was translating everything. This dude would roll cigars, and he rolled like 36 for me to take back. But we sat there, and I smoked 3 with him. This guy probably had 10 while we were just sitting there. Yeah. And he taught me that in the morning, you dip the tip, like this part you're smoking, into coffee. Then you go to rum, and you dip it in rum. And then, actually, rum is at the end of the day. Middle of the day is honey. You dip it in honey.
Oh my god!
And so it was an unreal experience. Yeah. So if you ever want to try,
wow,
go ahead and get a cigar, dip it in. And by the way, like he also taught me about the darkness of the tobacco leaves, and the darker they are, the stronger the cigar is going to be and everything. And man, he was smoking some dark stuff, but this dude just did not stop. This little Cuban cowboy. He was probably about all of like 4 foot 8 inches tall. Little Cuban man, but massive he was a stud. Hog. And like 90 years old, like the dude was still like riding horses, going out, picking leaves, and the guy was phenomenal. So
Just living,
anyways,
just living
just
his life.
living La Vida Loca is what he was doing out there. So let's get into the Q School update here, Brent. Let's get a little bit of, you didn't have the best experience out there this past week, but take us through what it was like being out there and what happened out there last week.
Well, it was obviously good to be competing again, first time in about 3 months. So
yeah,
that was a little bit of a shock to the system to start, but got back into it. Honestly, that golf course, Valencia Country Club, is perfect for a guy that can basically hit a little dinker, cut or draw off the tee, and then doesn't really necessarily have a ton of speed and a ton of spin. Greens were super soft. Big comparison with the weather. Basically, last year it was 1 under was the cut, and this year I think it was 7 under. So there were guys that,
oh wow,
there were PGA Tour players that didn't make it through, so including myself. So other than that, I was just hanging on real tight. So I mean, I gotta kind of like what we were talking about, right? Kind of just gotta let go and go dumb. So one of those instances where, which 16.
So one of our audience members here, James, it's up on the screen here. I just want to say, did we make birdie on 16, Mr. Grant?
No, it played, I think it was 6 iron to 3 iron. One of the hardest par threes I think I've ever played.
Wow.
Actually, that's not true. I did birdie it. I chipped in from an egregious lie, downhill, going away, and I spun it, and it went in the hole. I did birdie 16. Actually,
there you go.
So
nice birdie.
Love that.
Yeah.
So tough week out there. It was just a tough golf course. What is next for Mr. Brent Grant right now?
Well, right now I'm playing the Pro Scratch out here in the desert, the Plantation. It's a really cool tournament that kind of a private event that 16 at Plant today. Yeah, there you go. What should I do? Wait, James. Oh Jesus. No, I didn't make 16. Didn't birdie 16 today. It was a pretty tough cut. But there you go. So Jimmy, that's my boy Jimmy. Yeah,
there you go.
That's this Jimmy that runs the bar at the Plantation. He's the fucking
Lord.
man. Jimmy is the fucking man. Anyways, so did beat the shit out of the guys we played with, but playing that this week over there at the plant, and then I think I'm gonna get about 5 or 6 starts to begin the year. So we'll be there and right back on the Korn Ferry Tour, keeping our card and hopefully getting one of the 20 PGA Tour cards and having a fucking blast.
Wait, hang on. Take a step back. I was reading comments there, and I heard you playing on the Korn Ferry Tour. So how does this work out?
So because I won in 2022, I fall into a category that essentially is like the past champions category on the PGA Tour. The only difference is because there aren't, there's not 156 guys that are coming back, the next year, right? Like there would be, on the PGA Tour. They fill the field. So I happen to be one of those people. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So plenty of starts, plenty of status. Just got to go out there and play well. So we're going to
Let's get it done, man. Let's get it done.
I had some good advice last week from a guy named Mike Penberthy, former Laker. He won the championship with Kobe and Shaq, and then won it with the Lakers again as a coach. But he basically said you just got to get obsessed with it. And so every day I've been at the golf course this week at 7:00 in the gym and working my ass off. And
let's go. Let's get it, Mr. Brent Grant. And we want to give a quick shout out to Dylan Vaudry's sister, Samantha Vaudry, who played her ass off through LPGA Q School, missed her card by 1, but played great throughout Q School. Shout out to Samantha Vaudry. We wish you would have made it, but that one damn stroke. That is the game of golf in a nutshell.
Oh, isn't it ever?
And yes, Golfer says
so
you're saying there's a chance.
There's
a big chance. Man, see, that's why I got to ask you, because you and I didn't talk about this beforehand. I didn't want to ask you about what would happen if you did not get through Q school. And sure enough,
Well, there
now
you
we
go.
know. Now we know. Mr. Brent Grant, we're going
I
to see
am
lots of
moving
them.
back to Phoenix in January, though.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, hang on. We got something for this. Can't wait to have you back in the valley, my man. All right.
It'll be good.
Let's keep this train moving. Now, this week is going to be final stage of Q School. So, Brent, why don't you take us through final stage of Q School and if there's anybody that we should be watching out for?
Yeah. I think his name is. Yeah, exactly. That'd be funny.
Could you imagine?
Riley, I think his name is Riley Gaines. I think his name is. The kid is like 6'1" and about 140 pounds. But he's an absolute stud. He's fresh out of college, killed it in first stage, and then he killed it in second stage. 2 different golf courses. He's there now over in Jax. I think it begins Thursday. But he's my pick to be. I said he'd be on the PGA Tour this coming after this year on the Corn Ferry if he doesn't win Q School. So shout out to him. Shout out to my boy David Gazzolo for getting through. Gaz is the best. He's been around a long time. And hoping everybody plays well. And basically what these guys got to go do is place in the top 40 for Corn Ferry status and then top 5 for PGA Tour status. And if anybody's wondering, no, there's not a lot of money. I think it's like 50 grand to first, which is unfortunate, but hey, that's the way it is.
That's how the cookie crumbles,
I saw Harrison Endicott win that last year. David Geese was on his bag, and sure enough, I was like, "How much he make?" He's like 50 grand.
Yeah, that covers expenses for the whole trip.
I was gonna say that, yeah.
Yeah, and then he barely got any starts this year, and I think he had to take a medical. So yeah, it sucks.
Which that goes. I hate to cut you off, but that goes to show you that it's just not being utilized properly. Like, I wouldn't have this Grant Thornton Invitational if I was the PGA Tour. I would make this a televised, like, you know how the UFC has the teams and stuff, and they're fighting the Ultimate Fighter.
Yep.
And I just feel like this could be a huge thing where you've got all these guys, you can get some intimate time with them in interviews and so forth, and make it televised to be like the biggest thing for an up and comer, and get to understand and learn who these guys are, and that they could be the next big guy on the PGA Tour. And it's just not happening. I mean, I know they show some of it on the Golf Channel, but it's not on a major network, and it's not something that is being pushed by any means. I mean, shoot, I was trying to remember last year watching it.
Oh, it's an hour a day for 4 days. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny shit.
No, it isn't anything. And funny thing is, actually, I think it was somebody told me Ted Scott, or maybe it was Scotty's dad, somebody real close to Scheffler. They flat out said that if it weren't for the Corn Ferry Tour, you probably wouldn't have known who Scotty Scheffler was. And I mean, that's not to say that he's not incredible. I'm not taking anything away from him by saying that, but
but he slides his feet.
Well, yeah, but so do I. So, it's amazing. It's Johnny Walker Black.
You know what else is amazing?
Johnny Walker Black. Come on, give us some of that. But yeah, no, it's a tragedy. But at the same time, I think what we're gonna see here coming up in the next couple of years is a pretty big transition from especially with what they're talking about with all the creators and shit like that. But we'll get into that at some point. But yeah, there's a lot of good players coming through.
Love that. All right, let's keep it moving into the Hero World Challenge, and we're going to recap this really quick. And actually, before we do the Hero World Challenge, did you guys see the 3-way playoff that took place? And actually, it was the highest rated event in terms of World Golf rankings. It was part of the Asian Tour, was the PIF Saudi Invitational, I believe it was called. And we had Cam Smith, who was several shots back, played early, comes out, shoots 62, and gets up there on the leaderboard. And then we had Joaquin Neiman leading the way. And Caleb Surratt Guys, I am big on Caleb
Oh,
Surratt.
yeah.
I'm going
Oh,
to tell
yeah.
you right now, we are going to see that kid win at least once on LIV Golf next. I feel like next year is going to be the year because he's still figuring out how to win, and you could see it on the last hole and so forth. But Joaquin Niemann struggled on the last hole too. He hit a pull hook on the last hole, leading by one. Actually, him and Caleb were tied for the lead. Surratt. So they were tied for the lead. Surratt hits it in the water, tee shot in the water. Then Joaquin, who just saw that, hits a pull hook into the shit, and both of them bogey to go into a playoff with Cam Smith, who finished earlier.
How early did he finish?
He finished pretty early. I mean, it was like a couple hours.
It was a hard golf course.
It's not the easiest, and so
I played it.
They went ahead and in the playoff, all three guys birdied. Then they went back, played it again, and Joaquin Niemann, who hit a monster drive in the playoff, ends up just hitting this flop shot to like 2 feet. The other guys both missed like 10 to 15 footers to push it a little bit further. But man, I'm telling you what, it is so. Well, there's two things. Joaquin Niemann, the circadian rhythm or whatever it's called, where like in a calendar year, you have certain times of the year to where you peak. Joaquin Niemann around this time is phenomenal. December through February, I feel like. Watch out. Yeah, as soon as you get to like April and the Masters, Joaquin Niemann starts heading downhill a little bit. But that being said, Caleb Surratt is going to be a force to reckon with. John Rahm is going to be real happy about having him on his team this year.
Yeah,
so.
I played with
Good pick.
I played with Caleb in Bermuda a couple of years ago, and was kind of asking him what his plans were. I think by that point he was still an amateur, was deciding what he wanted to go do, was still at Tennessee. And I mean, I knew it back then. I mean, he's a young guy. He's not the biggest guy in the world. But he gets it out there a long ways. And he's a great putter, great short game. And I love the kid. He's a good dude, and I wish him all the success. So pretty incredible. Man. Good for him.
Hands made out of rat fur for extra touch.
Yeah, Sue rat fur to be exact.
I mean, the fans are just dying for Buttsy to break down the Hero World Challenge. So we've got the Hero World Challenge recap. Let's get into this, where this obviously took place in Albany in the Bahamas, an Ernie Els designed golf course, which I didn't realize last week. And then we've got the winner being Scotty Scheffler, shooting 25 under and beating everybody by 6 shots. And the big thing that I got to ask you, Buttsy, he debuted a new, what they're calling a saw grip. It's basically a modified claw grip, made everything in the final round within 10 feet, and he wins obviously by 6 shots. Are we about to have the most boring year on the PGA Tour ever, where Scotty Scheffler just dominates?
I don't know. We said this about him when he changed putters, halfway through the season, and it was looking like he was a great putter, and then that fell off too. But the Ernie Els design golf course, I just want to get into the Hero a little bit here. So if this doesn't lend credence to Ernie should be the one in charge of designing every major championship golf course going forward.
Oh, fuck. I knew he was going to say some stupid shit like that.
If you saw what these guys had to endure out there.
He shot 25 under par.
I know. And that just goes to show you how fucking hard and difficult this place was set up. And if Ernie is not, the RNA should hire Ernie to set up, and I know they've been playing there forever, but I think he could make some changes that mirror what he did for the Hero and the course that he designed there. And we would have much more difficult major championship venues, to be honest with you.
Oh my gosh.
Now, Scotty had his 7-wood going. If you saw the 7-wood he hit into 12, there's nothing like it in the world. I think they called it his bullet shot that he's been working on.
Did you say a 7-wood?
Yeah, he hit 3 or 4 7-woods during the event that I've never seen in my life. It looked like Tiger hitting 6-iron into that back right pin. It was unbelievable. But for a golf course to be set up, probably you could even say that it was set up tougher than anywhere that these guys have ever played in their lives. And to have Scotty go to the sushi grip and get through that place at 25. I think we just saw like something that should be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like it's fucking crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
I mean, he won by 6 shots.
I was glued to the TV the entire time because I was like, "This
what was the color
place
shirt that he wore?"
Going to eat people alive. They've never seen a golf course set up like this. Sawgrass could be made out of concrete. It doesn't compare to how that place was set up.
Wow, unreal take there.
It did blow 7 miles an hour, which is just gale force.
Go to YouTube and type in Scotty Scheffler 7-Wood Hero Championship this week. And tell me you don't get barraged in the face with 5 of the most beautifully hit fairway wood shots you've ever seen in your life.
Nah, 7-Wood is money. It's no longer a women's club.
Yeah.
It's still a women's club.
Obviously not. You can say that he dances like a woman when he makes impact, but
hey,
look what he did. 25 under at the hardest golf course that anybody's ever played on.
So, Brent, the question that I asked Buttsy in order to get into this whole thing that you missed out on is this going to be the most boring PGA Tour season that we have ever seen because Scotty Scheffler is just going to dominate?
Oh, boy.
Again, did you not see what just happened?
I mean, I think the trouble with this season is it's got to be backed up by 2026. And the hope is that they make a lot of changes that make it more fun in 2026. But if nothing changes, if everything stays the same as it is right now, 2025 will be a repeat of this year, which essentially culminated to the guys that don't say anything go and win everything.
Now, I did say that, Scotty Scheffler, because everybody's going nuts over this new saw grip or whatever the hell that they're calling it. I just call it the claw because it's a modified claw grip. They're calling it the saw.
He didn't use a driver, or he didn't use a tee with his driver like half of the last round. Did you?
That's because he just wanted to
make it
take on the DOD king is what it was. I mean, he just was like
driver off the ground like it was on a tee, and there was no tee
whatsoever. He's like, I can do it better than you. So the one thing I will say is that I've always felt like with Scotty Scheffler that it's a mental confidence issue that he needs to overcome when it comes to the putter. But we talked about it last year when he switched putters and started putting great. Well, guess what? That only lasted a short amount of time.
Right.
Now he has switched grips along with that putter, and he putted lights out. I mean, he didn't miss a putt within 10 feet the final round.
No, and if you hold a spatula like he holds his putter this week, watch how much you improve cooking your food.
That's a good take.
Took you a while to get to that one. So here's something interesting I saw the other day. His worst part of his game is his putting, and it's above tour average.
Right.
Which is above 70th, right, on the tour. So
because he doesn't miss long putts. That's the thing. He's not a bad putter. He misses short putts.
Well, he hits it so close all the time, right? That's why the stats are skewed, right? He hits so many greens of regulation.
I can see that argument.
Right. Well, it's the same thing, right? If you hit 18 greens in regulation and 2-putt 75% of the time, right, you still shoot, 5-6 under par, but your putting stats are going to be terrible, even though, you shot 6 under. So, I mean, but he's incredible. I mean, nobody's gonna even sniff that for quite some time.
So I'm going back to this by Kyle over at Cart Bar and Guys. It says, does Scotty play the same if he didn't have Ted Scott? And I'll tell you right now that we've had his previous caddy on before Ted Scott. And he talked about it, that Scotty's a very tough bag. Scotty is not easy. Scotty wants a lot of information, and he needs to be guided throughout the round. So Ted Scott does a phenomenal job with that. Obviously was the guy that got him over the edge, but we all saw during the when he got arrested before the PGA Championship, when the Saturday he had Friday he had
whatchamacallit
Friday.
It was
Saturday.
Saturday
It was Saturday
Brad Payne,
because
Brad Payne,
Ted Scott needed to go back for, what was it, his
His
daughter's
daughter's high school graduation.
graduation? Yeah. And so Scotty did not play well that day. Granted, he had other
Well,
things going on.
He still shot under par.
Yeah,
if
but it
you
was a rough
watch,
day.
like,
yeah. Well, the adrenaline dump, right, after getting arrested.
I heard that Ted Scott, like when the cameras aren't on Scotty, they kind of look around, and Ted actually hits the majority of those shots that are happening.
Trying to keep a
That's
straight
not
face,
accurate. That's not accurate at all. Yeah, that's not allowed.
Yeah,
That's-
I think
So,
it is.
I
You
think
can't,
I
you
think
can't
it
spread
be,
fake
right, let's-
propaganda.
I'm okay
I'm
with
telling
the
you,
Bahamas
like I've seen
tournament
the
being the
camera
hardest.
go off, and it goes to the next player, and then Ted jumps in and hits it, and nobody sees it, and So
Man,
I think
why they
fast
like
mover
Scott-
that Ted Scott.
Scotty's only playing probably 3/4 of the golf that's going on out there. The rest of it's Ted, in addition to his guidance as a caddy.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say that if this new grip is it, because mentally, if you've got confidence, it lasts for a short amount of time. A lot of times, if you don't fix the mental issue behind it. But I'm gonna say this: if this fixed his confidence issue with putting, especially with shorter putts, he's gonna absolutely dominate this year.
Dominate more than he did this last year.
Yeah,
He
Dude.
won 9 times.
And guess what? He's not getting worse. And
No.
actually, Jack Nicklaus said it during the memorial. He said that Scotty Scheffler is not going anywhere, and he might become that much more dominant because he doesn't do anything overly special. He's like, his course management is extremely good, and he does everything above average.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best ball striker in the world. He's one of the best drivers. His short game is one of the best in the world, and it just so happens that the worst part of his game is still above tour average. So,
And
I
his
mean,
putter grip, I've talked to some of the guys that work the tour van out there. His putter grip is the exact circumference of his big toe, because when he sits in a chair like the one I'm sitting in right now, and this is, I heard this how he went to this grip, but when he puts his leg up, like we like to sit like this,
Can't see your leg.
he got acclimated to this grip by doing the claw, and he would hold his big toe while he sat, like at dinner or at a relative's house for the holidays. And he went to the guys at TaylorMade, and he had them make a putter grip that is the exact circumference of his toe.
That is incredible
Oh,
insight
son of
that
a
you just
bitch.
don't get anywhere else other than the Pull Hook Golf
I'm
podcast.
telling you. I'm
I
telling
will.
you.
I will say I have to say this because he's a brother in Christ. Scotty Scheffler absolutely is doing the right things mentally because of his faith, and Ted Scott 100% is
And
in
his
that
toe.
same. But well, yeah, but it can't be overstated that the guy's singular focus comes from his faith, and
Okay.
that's something that
I love that. I
can't
absolutely love
beat.
it. Leaderboard rundown, real quick. Tom Kim, 19 under, finishes second. Justin Thomas, 18 under. JT looked good out there this week.
He did.
He did.
Akshay
Course
Bhatia,
management was terrible on the final round.
yeah, he which that's JT, man. You live by the gun, you die by the gun.
Yeah, I
Akshay
can respect it.
Bhatia, 15 under.
Another
You've
million.
got Keegan Bradley, 14 under. Ludwig Oberg at 12. You got Bobby Mack at a minus 11. Sahith Thagala at 10 under. And then Sung Jae and Seb Straka at minus 8 to round out the top 10. And that leads us right into the GOAT debate. Buttsy, can you give us some goat noises? I should have plugged in some goat noises. Enough of that. All right, here we go. So we're going to go. I want everybody to list out their top 5 golfers of all time, starting with number 5 and going back to number 1. And hang on a second. I'm going to put on this hat.
No,
this
no,
hat.
come on.
Hang on.
Don't mess up the hair.
Oh, Captain.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's hard.
Man. a
You
little
can't
lower.
even see my eyes right now.
Yeah. Thugged out, dude.
Badass fucking feet.
Yeah, you looking,
There
you look
we
like a
Come on,
cop
Bruce.
or something.
Yeah. Give us your top 5, Bruce.
Okay, I got to take it off.
I'm not going to go backwards. I'll start from the beginning. It's like trying to get me to say my ABCs backwards. That's never happening. We're going to
Same
go
forward.
Number 5.
Tiger Jack.
Oh, you're going number 1.
Yeah, Tiger. No, 5. Tiger's number. No, yeah, right. Number 1. Tiger Jack. Mo Norman.
Okay.
Greg Norman.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? 4, and then this last one. This is going to sound a little fucking weird, but Davis Love the Third.
Wow.
Any reason why
David
those
Duval.
5 guys? Take us through. Break it down. Why Davis Love the Third at number 5?
Just the golf swing, just the absolute purity. I'm not basing it solely on finishes or wins or anything like that. I'm just saying like ability to play the game. Mo Norman was a total crackpot, but I mean, arguably the best ball striker that will ever live.
You're not wrong.
Laughed off the PGA Tour, did things with a golf ball way ahead of his time. If he was today, he would be an absolute phenom. He would be praised for how fucking weird he was, and we'd have a different story. But yeah, DL3 though occupying that. Well, Greg Norman for the near misses. Another one that if you go back and watch reruns of Greg, the ball striking is just like it's something special.
The greatest drivers of all time.
Oh my god, dude! Just such a. I just like watching him play. And then again, DL3, just that long.
No Ben Hogan, huh?
No, not really for me.
But he's not a purist.
I think Hogan is the father of the modern golf swing. I really do. And I think a lot of people learned from what he came up with through a lot of hard work. But I don't put him up there in the top of the game in terms of how he played.
Would you also have dinner with all 5 of those guys? Would you sit down and have a beer with those guys?
Most of them. I'd probably go to McDonald's with Mo Norman and play in the ball pit.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Would you get on the sailboat thing and be like, oh, let's choo-choo,
I'd take him to an amusement park and just eat fries or something.
And watch him. Just watch him.
Just get him a couple candied apples.
You gotta go to the carnival where where they throw the ball against those, the pins.
Yeah.
Be hilarious.
Brant, what about you, buddy?
Greg on an airplane or something. I don't
know. Number 5. That's a great question. Number 5, I gotta go with Vijay Singh.
Ooh,
wow.
Cheater.
Vijay Singh, by far.
Deer antler spray.
Yeah, deer antler spray. Also a phenomenal guy. Number 4.
He also kicked his ball back in play back in the day.
He used to do that. He did used to do that. I agree. But definitely, I mean, other than Tiger and Phil, definitely one of the best in the last 30 years. But overall, Vijay Singh at 5. I'd go Arnie at 4. Oh boy. I'd go Ben Hogan at 3. Jack at 2. Tiger at 1.
Not bad.
Solid lineup.
The reason why I think that the hard part about Tiger and Jack is the level of competition. Jack had more seconds in majors than he had wins, which is obviously an amazing record, but that also proves that he, was didn't have as much competition as Tiger did. Tiger had Phil and VJ and Jim Furyk. I mean, the guys for the last 20 years, pretty incredible, but hard not to have Tiger at first. But
I mean, Jack had some serious competition though.
He had 4 guys.
Yeah.
4 people.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, I mean, Hagen could get it back in play out of nowhere.
Sam Snead.
Yeah, Sam Snead, most wins ever. I mean, outside of Tiger, right? Because didn't Tiger take his record?
He did.
Byron Nelson.
There's Byron Nelson.
Byron. I mean, there's so many great golfers out there. So let's not get this twisted. You can mix and match a lot of these guys.
Absolutely agree.
I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna go in the same direction Buttsy went. I'm gonna start off with number 1, Tiger Woods, which is the GOAT. It is the Tiger GOAT. And folks from Swanee's, I believe they still have this. They've got it in a hoodie and they've got it in the T-shirt. The GOAT with the tiger stripes. This one is pretty sick. So
Zebra.
that being said, so Tiger number 1, I got Jack number 2. I don't think that those two are tough to debate. To be like somebody deserves to be in the 1 and 2 spot.
It's a different era.
Agreed. My 3rd spot is Arnie Palmer. And I'm going to tell you why, because of what Arnie did for the game, more so than his actual play. He was Tiger before Tiger.
Oh,
and I know a lot of people talk about Greg Norman being Tiger before Tiger, but Arnie was the guy. Like it goes Arnie for me and then straight to Tiger from that point. Like, but Jack Nicklaus with his play and his competitiveness, he's number 2. So you got Tiger, Tiger, Jack, Arnie. Number 4. This might get a little bit twisted.
Oh,
Scotty Scheffler,
Paula Creamer,
Julie Inkster.
out with it, man. Jesus,
Henry Varden.
he's trying to load this up here.
Bobby Jones.
No, I'm actually going to go Greg Norman.
Francis we met. Oh,
I'm going to go Greg Norman there.
really?
And
Why?
what's
Kevin
crazy, what's crazy is that I'm not a Greg Norman fan.
Clearly.
But if he had won the Masters 2 times, I don't think there's even a debate around it.
Instead of
Choking it away, which granted, I will say this, and it's why he's not in the top 3.
Faldo? I mean, what about Faldo or Gary?
Faldo's
Player?
up there.
Faldo's up there,
guys.
Gary Player's up there, but and then number 5 is Scotty Scheffler for me because of what he's doing in the game right now. I don't see him stopping. Now, granted, if this is done and Scotty Scheffler stops playing good and never wins another golf tournament again, yeah, he's out of it. But he's in the 5 slot right now for me. If he continues on a similar path of what he's done in 2024, you better freaking believe he's going to be in the top 5 because, once again, one of the best ball strikers we have ever seen in the game of golf. And that's where I disagree with Jack's analysis at the Memorial that, oh, he doesn't do anything special. He just is above average in everything that he does, and his course management is incredible. I completely disagree with that. I think his iron game and his ball striking is absolutely second to none. Some of the best we've ever seen.
Correct.
Yeah,
100%.
he has distance control primarily.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a simple fact that what he is doing in his golf swing is so unique, and it's something that nobody else has even gotten close to doing. I mean, it's basically, I mean, like we said about Mo Norman. I mean, the guy did things so out of the box, and he was able to put the golf ball wherever, whenever he wanted it. And I mean, you can't. Plus, I mean, yeah, is he exciting to watch? No, not necessarily, because he's kind of boring personality wise. But fuck, that's what gets it done nowadays. So why not keep it going?
Yeah,
keep it going, Scotty.
And before we move on from the GOAT talk, Trot Golfer wants to know what's our take on the Sunday Red from the panel.
God, I'd be great if we.
I think it's pretty sharp stuff.
I think
Brent.
Oh God. Well, I mean, considering it's playing colors and it's kind of just good.
Yeah, but the quality looks like amazing.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I can't imagine Tiger just all of a sudden created this thing out of thin air. I think he's probably been planning to do this for quite some time. I mean, I don't know if any of this stuff's made in China. I've never even seen a shirt in person. So, I mean, the hope is that it's high quality items. So,
I'm going to say this. I think it is right up Tiger's alley. If I am a member at a very high-end country club, I'm probably wearing some of that garb. Because
I've seen some hats. The logo is a little off, but that's just...
The logo is what it is, but it's very classic.
Andrew Putnam at number 4. That's crazy.
I saw him today.
Andrew Putnam at number 4 for his all-time best players. Wow, that's incredible.
That's awesome.
Didn't see that one coming. But
what makes I mean, if you guys had to give it a solid, like, what makes a good brand? I mean, like, realistically, I mean, does it have to be super stylish, or is it more about the look?
It's the cut, the quality, the material, the stitching.
I'm the same way.
It's also about the people behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's about, because even walking into Devro today, like seeing the guys that are behind it, I'm just like, wow, you guys live this. Like, you guys look fucking dope in wearing your stuff that you're designing and putting together, and just a dope group of dudes. I mean,
Yeah.
Butsy's known them. This is my first
Yeah,
interaction
good
with them
dudes.
today, and
Good
I was
dudes.
really impressed. I was like, hell yeah. Like, they're guys that you could go out drinking with for sure.
Oh, for sure. No, they
Yeah.
cool dudes. I walked in there, same thing with Buttsy a few years ago. You can tell that they're not trying. They're not, like I said. I mean, I kind of pick on Malbon a little bit, but it just looks like they're trying really, really hard to fit a niche. Devro's just out there putting out stuff that they know is going to work,
Yeah, they're
and
like,
they're
this is
sticking
our
with it.
fucking style.
But and I'm
And it's
gonna
high
tell you what,
quality,
it
which
is
is huge.
streetwear in golf, which I have been dying for a long time. Like, Melbourne does it in a very LA way,
Yeah.
where it's over the top, it's this, it's that. Where it's like with Devro, it's stuff that you could wear out. Like the jacket that I got today, I'm like, I'm wearing that in New York City. Like, that's freaking dope.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fred
Yeah.
Couples' career, by the way, Kyle.
It's super modern, high fashion too, but like Brent said, it's cut and it's made like old school shit, like really
Exactly.
high end, yeah, really
Which
thick,
is
like
huge.
good fabric.
I mean, but like think about all the brands that say, well, just make me a shirt like Peter Millar or like Travis Matthew. I mean, Travis Matthew when they first came out was the exact same way. They could have taken over the world, and then their quality went to shit. And that's just it's a heartbreak, but it's kind of what happens. So the hope is that these brands that are smaller but do get the support from like from people like us or other local Phoenix people, and they can dominate the Southwest and then go throughout the country.
Well, we're
So.
making a hard focus on going with brands that we want to be a part of.
Yeah.
That we're no longer just, hey, come on in and be a sponsor, because we've rejected quite a few now to where it's like, hey, we want the right people to be a part of this with us.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with all of that. Kyle Cart Barn Guy says, would you rather Fred Couples' career or Greg
Couples.
Norman?
I read that. I was gonna
Fred
say,
Couples.
I still think even though Couples probably had a better career, Greg Norman side by side, he just looked like he was a better player. I mean, his record doesn't.
Yeah.
This is what I said.
Oh.
Like, can't just go straight record. I still think Greg looked like he was just a better player.
Yeah, but it's more about like when he was there, Freddie got it done. I mean, there was
Of course, for sure. And Freddie's
that's to me
juicy,
what makes
like,
it. What makes it? Oh God,
you
his
pour a
swing
little
is
something in there.
silky. And it's still exactly the same, by the way. Just on
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna take Fred Couples, and one of the reasons is because I think the dude might be hung just as much as Greg Norman, because off the golf course, this dude was known for loving some jacuzzis with multiple females in that jacuzzi at the same time who may or may not be dressed.
Probably not. Yeah, the dude got it done.
These are stories direct. So these are from some Washington guys that knew Freddie
Oh, yeah.
well, and
Oh yeah. I'll ask him.
Ninth hole at 9.
Exactly. Yeah, he created that thing.
yeah, Freddie might be one of the smoothest guys in the world, which is why I would take Freddie Couples all day long, because of that smooth golf.
And yeah, I
swing.
mean the two Masters, the dunk for par on 17 at Sawgrass. I mean,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
dude
yeah.
everywhere he went, he's just loved. And I mean, everybody loves Freddie.
Yeah, he
The
would.
I don't know
Masters
anybody
is
that
the
doesn't.
one thing that if I had ever made it, I would have needed to win a Masters, because
sure.
that's the only golf
Okay.
tournament that would have mattered to me.
Yeah, I mean, think about how many times you think about a great player, and every single one of them have won a Masters. Every single one of them.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't even enter the conversation. I think if
they wouldn't have won a
granted, you could
Masters
win.
if they played that golf course.
I
that
mean,
they
does
played the Hero
why
at last
why
week,
does
though.
well yeah, I mean that's obvious. I mean that goes without saying, but I mean think about Phil, right? I mean, does Phil have an asterisk because he never won a US Open? I mean, I guess, but he also won, multiple majors and had like 60 plus wins. So
I'm trying to put up
A lot of
all these
comments
comments
here.
here. A lot of comments around this one. Great question. Norman is a choker even today with Liv, which we'll get into that at the end of the episode here. They didn't call him Boom Boom because he hit the ball far. That's Freddie. That's in
Although
reaction
he
to Freddie
did.
Couples. Yeah, I mean he hit it far for back in the day.
long and straight.
Todd Dotson wants to know, are we going to talk about the Grass League? We sure are. It is on the agenda. It wasn't on our main agenda, but it is on the agenda. We're going to be talking about that right before we get to LIV Golf. We've also got Dylan Vaudry. He says FC is the guy that guys want to be. It's true. It is true. It's absolutely true. I haven't even read these comments yet. There so many came in. We just got to pop them up. Couples is paying more married women than any other golfer in history. Well, James Bond, we're a golfer.
There you go.
Oh man, and then Austin Whittington,
in dead second.
No green jacket. The green jacket. I'll tell you right now that it is the only tournament that would matter to me as a pro golfer.
Oh God.
I mean, think about that, right? Like you get to play Augusta. You're basically a member. And it's pretty much the only event it actually is the only event that's at the same golf course every year. They run it exactly how they want to run it. It's completely their show. And they treat, when you're there, you're there. And when you win it, you're there for life.
When you're there, you're there.
And you know what's crazy though, is outside of playing in the Masters, that golf course is not the same golf course year round. Like,
can't imagine it would be.
A lot of people don't love Augusta. Like when I would talk to a lot of 1%ers that played both Augusta National and then also Cypress, every single one of them chose Cypress during the year. They're like, if you're playing Augusta around the Masters though, they're like Augusta all day long. It's Augusta, but Augusta is not that same golf course that you play around that time of year if you go and play there as a guest.
Is there a time of year? I mean, like I understand each area of the country has its time of year, but we were debating this the other day. It's like depending on where you're at and when you are, the golf courses just are completely different, and they just
look at Arizona.
Well, yeah, but I mean, think about Northern and Southern California. Think about how many golf courses are amazing there. But then you go on the East Coast and you go to a place like Sawgrass, and it's a shithole, except for before and right after.
Well, you think of Torrey Pines. Torrey Pines does the same thing. That's a dog track year round up until the Farmers Insurance Open comes around.
Dobson Ranch, yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
or TPC
there's a lot of
Stadium.
Courses that do that. But you would expect Augusta National to be in such great shape all year round, but they close it. Don't they close it from October to just about April? I mean, it's like they start getting it put together through March. But I've heard that they close in October, they reopen in like March.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of playing time at all. But
Eli Manning just became a member. A little shout out to a Giants folklore.
Wow,
great stuff there. Now, I don't even know where we're at, so I'm just going to talk about the Grass League since it was brought up by Mr. Todd Dobson. First of all, did you guys get to catch any of this action?
I didn't, but I did talk to somebody that played in it.
All of it.
It was phenomenal. The commentary was great. Parker McLaughlin, I felt like did a great job. The short game chef with the on-course commentary. I thought everybody all the way around, it just felt like it was a really good production. And the golf was even that much better. And guess what? Anybody who shat on it, I think, Brent, you might have shat on them, but the team of Genghis, they were in the lead after the first day. They fell apart a little bit in the final round, but that was pretty impressive.
Listen, Genghis can flat out fucking play. The guy is one of the only coaches in the world that fucking puts it down. I mean, he can putt, he can chip, his swing's great. It's just he doesn't play often because obviously he's out there making $1,000 an hour coaching on a fucking driving range with Matt.
Can't blame him.
You know what's weird? Maybe Todd can answer this question for us. Where did the DOD King and Freezer Traps finish up? Because I was looking at the leaderboard and I didn't see them at all. Like, I don't know if they used their real names, but none of their real names are actually on like the website. So it just goes by Freezer Traps and DOD King, and didn't even see them on the leaderboard.
Well, you know those YouTube guys.
I think they played like dog shit.
+4. Holy fuck.
Well, there you have it. That's why they were not. I mean, I think they shut it off at 48 play or however many teams, but +4. Okay.
I showed up with my bag there on day one, and I asked, if somebody gets sick or something,
You know what's great about you, Josh, or Buttsy? Sorry. I went to the website and I started looking at the roster because I was actually trying to look up to see where the DoD King was and where Freezer Traps. And I thought that that they were going by their real names, and that's why I couldn't figure out where they were on the leaderboard because I wanted to talk about it. And sure enough, I see Buttsy in there as a and he's got, I don't know what picture you used, but you got a lanyard on.
It was from when I caddied at the Houston Open.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I think if I posted that, I would look
priceless.
More legit. Maybe somebody picked me.
But a plus 0.7, huh? So that's the other thing. I was going to go ahead and submit myself as a free agent. And then I was like, oh, shit, I've been working so hard to get my handicap to go in that direction. And over the past year and a half, it's gone from a plus 0.5 to a 4.
Oh no.
And I'm like, I don't really want to put a 4 up there. So I'm just wondering, is it bad sport to put a 4 up there instead of a plus 0.5?
No, but I mean, shit, dude, I'm probably like a plus 5 at that golf course. I mean, you don't have to hit driver, right? So,
I have played well out there at grass clippings at night.
I'm not going to lose a ball. Probably going to play pretty good. I
could probably go pretty low as well. Let's see this. Todd Dobson says DOD doesn't have the hands we thought. With that performance, absolutely not. And you guys had some really clutch performers out there as well. So, folks, if you didn't catch the action, and I don't know when the next one's going to be, but when the next one gets announced, you guys got to tune into this. This shit is good, and it was awesome. No, you need a release from the PGA Tour. They blocked it.
I'm in.
I'll play.
I'm fucking in right now. I'll tell you right now.
I am too, but we can't play a 3-man deal. Well, Brent's going to be out, so
you can play on another team.
Buttsy, you and me.
I'll play on another team. It'll be fine.
I'm winning that.
Listen,
we are
right
winning
now.
that.
Think about this. So we have clearly the fifth major being played, Hero World Challenge.
The grass clippings.
With no.
The grass league.
It stands in a league of its own. It is so far and above.
It's the grass
any
league.
Tour event.
It's the grass league. It's the fifth major.
Well, no, I just don't. It's so superior to all of the majors. I think it's just the way they covered it, the way they ran it, the way they marketed it. I think it's it's in its league of its own. You know,
the only thing I don't know if I love is the branding of it being a high stakes par 3 golf.
Well, that's what
I think
it
that's
is.
You think so?
Yeah.
I feel like high stakes is like each guy's throwing in 10 grand.
Ooh.
Well,
I mean, technically,
whoever has that guy, I mean, that guy himself might not be paying that, but somebody has paid an incredible amount of money to have a team out there or to be represented out there. And if I had the money, I don't even want a partner. I just play by myself and win it.
Yeah, you are a selfish son of a bitch. I'm like, I will play on your team. We will go out there. We will win this. You're like, no, I want to win it on my own.
No, I'm just saying, like, you break your leg before we tee off, and we're still winning, and you don't have to hit a shot.
Wow.
Fair.
I mean, you do have, and I'll be the first one to admit, you do have really good hands.
He's got some of the best hand-eye coordination I have ever seen.
The gifts right here,
Ever.
dude, made out of feathers, so soft.
So I wanted to pull up the leaderboard here and show it to everybody. So
I think these two things that were said here. So I think Todd Dobson ran it, didn't he? Is that true?
He's definitely part of it. Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your definition of high stakes? I mean, is it one guy putting up a number against the next guy?
I don't know. Like, to me, high stakes, I feel like it's almost like a poker term. And it's like, hey, you're coming in with $100,000 playing Texas Hold'em, and it's high stakes because you got a lot on the line.
Okay.
Where it's like, maybe it's like high pay. I don't know.
I'm with you on that. I feel like you're playing for a considerable amount of money if it's high stakes.
You're risking a lot of your own money is what it is.
So it's like it's two things, right? You gotta have a lot on the line and be playing for a shitload.
Something's at stake.
That's fair.
Exactly.
Stakes. That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever put up the money per team, if it was each guy or whatever owner, I mean, it's high stakes for them. I mean, shit. Hold on. We had a -14 through how many holes was it?
Dude, 36.
36 holes.
Yeah.
Fuck me, that's fucking low.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck.
These guys are fucking
Holy
playing.
Oh, it's not a joke.
I mean, this is not a, oh, you know what? Like, these guys can't play and we're putting together this league and there's going to be teams. No, these guys can fucking flat out play.
Right.
Who, it was a playoff, a 4 fucking man playoff. Motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. And did you see the putt that got dropped in order to win it all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what, long? Was it long?
Oh, is that the
tournament,
wrong? Hang on, I got the wrong tournament up. I got the wrong one.
Dobson is in our ass already.
Hang on, how did I get the wrong tournament? Oh, the GL. It's got to be the GL championship.
The championship. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Sorry about that.
40K.
19 under.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck? Okay, so who? Buchanan and who? Buckner and Haynes. Who the fuck is that?
Buckner and Haynes. But that's the thing. So
really
this
good
is
par 3 players.
Yeah, this is the second part. This is going to be the challenge with the Grass League is building up the names. They've got to do a lot of promo around the individual players so that they become household names. They did. They did in the first one because they deemed the best par 3 player. And they used his name and so forth.
I love how Allison Lee and Trey Kidd, who I think are actually dating, are fucking play second. That's hilarious.
Look how well the Arizona squads did though. The Scottsdale Strikers with Hendricks and Neuheisel. We got Massa and Lance. So that's Cody Massa and DJ Lance there with Phoenix United. Then we got Wax and Leibowitz with the Scottsdale Strikers. So
I disagree with the use of the influencers though. I understand it from a marketing perspective, but you literally picked a couple guys that give the illusion that they're halfway decent, but like they're just not that great. These guys are.
Oh, there they are. So that's why they use their real names.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unfortunate.
That's why I couldn't figure out who the hell they were. Now, one of the disappointing groups that I thought was going to play a hell of a lot better was Fish and Mulder.
Marty Fish and
I really thought that they were going to play well.
World-class athletes, world-class athletes in other sports, don't necessarily.
Yeah, but they play, so there's a celebrity golf tour that's out there, and these guys play in it, and they shoot under par.
Well, but they were probably out there to have a grand old fucking time and be who they are, not necessarily great golfers,
Or they got nervous.
They could have gotten nervous.
I mean, they had a venue set up, bro.
I mean,
there's Gankus and Mason, T7. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, that was not expected. But why in the hell is an LA guy in George Gankus on Phoenix United?
Well, because I think Roberts,
the right guy.
Yeah, Dave Roberts, I think, owned that team, the LA Dodgers manager. He owns
not Phoenix United.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's got the Roses.
Oh, is it the Roses?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Los Angeles Roses.
All right. I thought it was the Phoenix team, but
no. So United is I forget who they're owned by.
Well, I think Todd and her entire team deserve an absolute fan applause from the soundboard because that is fucking awesome. That's pretty impressive to be putting on the most exciting tournament in all of golf, and you did it in your first fucking year.
Yeah. Dude, it was
it's fucking awesome.
It was better than the Hero World Challenge, I'll tell you that much.
Well, but it's a close. But I mean, come on, you got to give the Hero World Challenge. It's
no to Buttsy. That is the fifth major, the Hero World Challenge. But the fifth major for me was the Grass League this past week.
You want me?
Just seeing those guys grinding out there. Well, we need to find an owner who's willing to put on the money and allow us to go out there and play. I would love if Buttsy and I
might know a guy
could represent instead of Gankus and whoever else that guy was. I wish Buttsy and I could play for Phoenix United. Be a local squad here instead of having to build the Utah Soakers
and win by 5.
Yeah. Probably. Does that mean I got to play by myself? That sucks.
So Austin Whittington mentions that the Tampa team is owned by Silverleaf.
Yeah. Okay. Benny Herman.
Ben Herman.
How did he
and
play?
Then you've got Anti-Live. The Grass League is far more exciting than the Live Circus exhibition.
He fucking hates it.
Yeah, he does.
At least he's consistent.
Oh, he's
Trot mentions that it was a 2-man scramble. which I like that format.
You can try out for my team. Wouldn't that be interesting? Brent Grant hosts a grass league qualifier, 100 people to fucking for one spot.
No, Brent, if you own a goddamn team, you're putting Buttsy and I in there.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I swear to God,
teams.
all I need to get serious about golf again is to have something to actually play for.
Is a great simulator.
No, I need something to play for. I feel like
The
I
money's
don't
not
get
high enough
motivated
for you,
anymore
man.
playing golf.
It's got to be 6 figures for you. That's too low
High
stakes. For you.
stakes.
High stakes.
I mean, high
Par
stakes.
3
high
golf.
stakes.
I need into this. Todd, I don't know who you got to talk to get Buttsy and I into this, but and by the way, now that Butsy's just saying all about himself, I tell you what, just get me in there. I just need to play.
Immediate dissension. Immediate dissension.
Let me
One
play a
spot.
scramble by myself.
Love it. Isn't that called golf? Yeah, so I did talk to somebody that played in the event, and they
Oh, here we go.
there it is.
Todd, this is just pure hatred at this point. Jesus, Butsy's in, I'm out. I don't know what's going on.
That's
God damn.
Tip of the cap, Todd. We're
That's
gonna win.
hilarious. That is awesome. But
I tell you what, if there wasn't motivation for me to get my game back right now, it is now.
Now's the time.
you got to
Yeah,
get back with Butch, man. Got to go.
You
up
got
to,
free
gotta go
access
up
to that
Butch.
simulator. It's like a mile from your house, bro.
I know, and I'm never
You
in
should
there.
be there after this.
Absolutely.
Well,
So,
I'm
I mean,
livid at this point.
This begs the question. So these guys went to the Golf Channel, they went to the tour, got absolutely just a big middle finger, and these guys went out, did it on their own, and just fucking did a great job. I mean, fuck.
And
mean,
they
that's-
found some really big fucking sponsors.
Why
man.
the
We
fuck?
had,
Yeah, but the PGA Tour has fucking everybody and their dog giving them money, and they can't put on half as good a show. This is a par 3 contest with a bunch of people that are no names, and they put on a better show.
Troon, Golf Channel. Like, I mean, this was big.
That's
So,
incredible.
so Todd mentions there's going to be a 2025 GL
I'm in.
draft.
I'm in.
So I'm going to submit my information over.
I will skip a tour event to come play that.
I will
Absolutely.
say
When I get
this.
drafted, I want them to hand me the fucking jersey, and like we'll toast and do the whole thing.
that
Like, I want it
jersey,
to
that
be
jersey
like,
is going to have to be so special.
You stop it. You just stop it right now.
I'm going to tell you right now, Buttsy and I were in a money match at a par 3 golf course
Ooh.
not that long ago, and we happened to shoot, I believe, 8 under
That's not
Dominant.
bad.
as best ball. It wasn't scramble either. It was best ball.
Wait, is it scramble or is it
It's
best
a
ball?
scramble.
This past one
It's
was a scramble.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Dominant.
exciting. Well done, Todd Dobson and the whole fucking team. Well done. I don't know why I'm not
Wow.
getting, where's my invite?
But Butsy's
Todd?
getting a
What the
lot of love here for he said he's
Free
going to be
agency.
signed in
Fuck.
free agency.
fuck? Clearly you haven't
Find me
seen
a-
Butsy's videos that I'm in.
I'll wear a mullet. I
40,000.
don't care.
There was a
They want
$100,000
$40,000.
purse there, Trot.
They won
$100,000.
Was it
$40,000.
100K?
Yeah.
Wow.
40 grand to the winner though. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And considering I don't think there was an entry fee. Was there an entry fee or was it the owners that put up the cash?
Now I'm upset.
Can I have another coffee?
I'm livid over here. I'm burning up.
Whatever you put in the first coffee, though, just
Telling
be
you
nice
right
with
now.
the second one. 'Cause I'm getting
I'm
fucking
bursting.
livid.
I gotta take a little wee wee here. Give me 1 second.
Little wee wee.
I'm not.
Wee wee. Here, I'll remove my mic so you guys don't hear the piss. Owners
So,
pay.
Buttsy, you're
I'm in,
looking
Todd.
good
Give me my
for
prop.
becoming a member of the. I'm not. I am not. I am.
Oh. You're coming.
No, I mean, there's going to be a draft, and listen, you're probably going to get picked.
I want to know what the secret side betting looked like. I know there was some very, very big action between the teams and between the owners. I can't even imagine what that amounted to. I probably don't want to know. How is the J-Dub Black treating you there?
It's delish. I wasn't planning on going to an extra glass at this point, but I got frustrated with the whole talk of the grass league and how
Oh,
you're going to
God.
be drafted. I'm on the outskirts.
I mean, I'm not getting any love at all. And I last time I checked, I think I'm Still pretty good at this
You
game.
can't play
You
in it.
can't. You're
I
not
can
allowed to
absolutely play. I can
You
absolutely
cannot
play.
play in it.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. You need
take
a
the
goddamn
suspension.
release,
No,
which
no,
the
no, no, no,
PGA
no.
Tour has already
No,
said
no,
they're
no,
not going to do.
All that means is that if I go play, there may or may not be quote unquote disciplinary action. That's all that was ever said. I can say and do whatever the fuck I want. Period.
Yeah.
End of story.
Fine. We need a fucking team.
I agree. What needs to happen is that the tour needs to pull their fucking heads out of their ass.
I'm telling you what, if I get drafted, I will actually train.
High stakes. There you go.
What?
I will actually train and get ready for this. I swear to God, I'll get my game back to being a +3.
You gotta get off the sauce. Gotta get in the gym. Fucking get after it. Come on, baby.
Gotta do any of that.
I think if you ask Brent Grant right now, let's ask Brent. Let's put him on the spot. Brent, if I worked at my game and played, what do you think my handicap would be?
What does worked on your game mean to you?
So practicing on a daily basis and getting my game back into shape the way that it was.
Not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fucked up. Come on, Trot. Give him a little bit better than that.
Wow, Trot golfers hating on me too. This is just a hatred on Matt night right now.
No,
Here we go.
listen.
I think match with you.
Listen, I think you get with the right guy, to give you a little bit of guidance with the swing, get you where you need to go, and I think you could easily break par without even trying within 8 months.
I'm gonna sit here and tell you, I've played golf with Matt when he's on, and
I've seen it.
that
It's
boy
in there.
can play some golf.
It's in there. Absolutely.
I did notice his game suffer as the months went on, but that's only because he's playing way less golf.
Oh yeah, he's not playing at all. He's actually working.
Yeah, man's been busy. Then he got the avian bird flu for like 3 weeks. That wasn't good.
The first part of this year, I was out for 3 months.
Well, there you go, man. Just get healthy again. Get yourself a good instructor. Get your ass, back in shape and fucking get after it. Oh, that'd be hilarious, Jimmy. I'm in. Plantation done.
Yeah, we got to make a trip out.
Buttsy and I happen to be a pretty good squad because our games complement each other.
That's true.
They're different.
Buttsy won't have to qualify. Wow. This is amazing.
Buttsy, you're getting it right now. You're hearing it.
Where's the applause?
Dude, what do you want me to say, dude? I'm gonna let's go. You're gonna get through the qualifier. We're gonna be on the same. It's gonna be fine.
Well,
when's the qualifier, Todd?
All right.
What is this damn qualifier?
Oh, you got Matt fucking fired up.
Fired up.
I don't think I have been this fired up about golf in a long time.
Oh my God, my man!
I feel like I got something to prove now.
Hitting balls tonight.
I'm probably going over to that indoor golf center, Desert Links.
Come on, baby.
It's 24/7 access.
That's fucking hilarious.
I am so frustrated.
Todd, is there any communications with the tour to maybe figure some shit out, or did you guys just say fuck them? Which is totally fine if you did. But that's my question to the audience.
Okay. As we're waiting on that from Todd, and since I am frustrated, the Grant Thornton Invitational is happening this week. Are you guys a fan of the mixed gender tournament?
I don't know who that is. Who's Grant Thornton?
One man, one female, and they play as a team all week. You a fan?
I mean, all we can say is if you can make it, we'd love to have you.
Motherfucker.
Get him, Todd. Love it. Don't even know this guy. This is fantastic.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I think the only thing that high stakes, he said. High stakes. There you go.
I'm fucking dead.
Dude, I totally get it right now. I upset you, Todd, and I apologize for calling out high stakes. It just hit me why you have said high stakes multiple times in this chat, and why you keep digging at me saying, Buttsy saying, Matt, you got to go qualify. My apologies, Todd. My
You're
apologies.
hilarious. You just got fucking like trolled and rolled.
I did.
For like
And I
an
didn't
hour.
even, and you know what's great about it is I didn't even realize it until just now.
The man just completely sidetracked the whole show because you were gonna fucking lose your shit.
And you know what the best part about it is? I think he actually found something inside of me that is still burning. There's still like a little bit of a candle that is lit inside that I'm just like, fuck this. I'm going to practice
That
tonight.
fell out on the ground somewhere. It's not
Holy
inside anymore.
shit.
I don't know, guys.
Even Austin Whittington loves the audience trolling. But go ahead. Back to the whole man-female team
let's
event.
get into the
Grant
whoever the
Thornton.
fuck invitation.
Grant Thornton.
It is a bunch of golfers that have played well this year that are all making a shitload of money. It can't buy you immortality. That is very true. Todd.
That's valid.
This guy's a fucking genius.
Here's the crazy thing, though. You guys know that California guy that is like trying to live eternally? He's like taking blood of younger people, and this guy who's biohacking his life.
He drinks the blood of his son.
Yeah.
What?
This
His
is a real
18-year-old
fucking thing,
son.
Brent. You got to get with the
I
program.
really don't.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking robot. I don't even want to talk about that weirdo. He's like a bajillionaire and nobody likes
He
him.
looks terrible. He looks absolutely awful.
That's satanic type shit.
He looks satanic. He really does.
That's unfortunate.
All he's got to do is wait a few years and AI's got him covered. I mean, he just uploads stuff.
Just download what you got in there, upload it to a system. You're
All
living
right,
all the time.
Let's get back on track here. I shouldn't be the one saying this, but
Grant Thornton Invitational. No, you're right, because I am fired up. So let's get into the Grant.
The whiskey
Thornton.
is
you are red as the devil's dick,
It's
bro.
not even the whiskey which is the problem. It's Todd Dobson just lighting a fire inside of me.
You are fucking
on you.
I got something to prove now. Fuck. Jason Day and Lydia Ko won it last year.
That's cool.
Yeah. I don't even want to get into like picks and stuff with it. Yeah,
Can we just
we're
move
moving
on? Let's move on.
I do think it's cool though that the ladies get the limelight a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
This week out of all weeks, I just feel like the Q school should be the talking point.
Q school, and then maybe the father-son championship. Now that we know Tiger's back on the
PNC.
wow, yeah,
PNC. Yeah, I don't know.
PNC.
I think it's.
By the way, Todd, if you want us to do anything promo-wise for the next grass league, even if Butsy's in it and I'm out of it, let us know. We'd love to, since it's a local thing going on here in Arizona, Buttsy and I and Brent, we've talked about it. We really want to be hyper local this year.
Todd, look what you did to
2025
this
is all
guy,
about
dude.
Phoenix, baby.
You totally melted this guy, Todd. Oh my god,
Melted me hard. Okay.
Melted
Live golf
hard.
news. Guys, live golf news.
Oh, news?
Here's Trot. Matt, maybe you can be in the booth.
Oh, wow. I think if anything happens, I think it might be me and Parker in the booth and these two fuckheads playing.
I'm gonna shit myself. This is funny.
This is better than the Hero World Challenge troll by Buttsy for about 3 straight weeks.
What'd you say about Hero?
Oh, you heard me.
Oh, shit.
7th major.
God, I love that I used to be able to play golf. It really riles me up. I can play again.
Does it grind your gears?
It really does. We might start a segment called Grinds Matt's Gears.
Now it's what grinds your gears. Okay.
Brent wanted this segment early on, and it never came to fruition. He pitched me on it. It just didn't happen.
All right, so the
Live
YouTube
golf
Hall
news.
of Fame boy, Grant Thorvat Invitational.
What?
No, we're moved on from the Grant
Nobody
Thorvat
gives a shit.
Invitational.
Oh,
Okay?
I wanted to talk about that a little more.
Too bad. Moving on.
Okay, that's fine. I'm a big fan
Hang
of it,
on
and
a
I like everything
second.
about it.
This is great. Buttsy, 11th green maintenance shed roof in the field. Meet them there at 7 p.m. And you're in.
Nice.
11th green, mate. Give me the
You need the coordinates?
code.
The time.
Give me the key code and make.
What time, Todd? What time does Buttsy need to be there?
I'm not doing any Illuminati shit for this fucking petition.
Listen, Trot, I might actually take you up on that. I might come out, see Trot Trot's got a flow. Have you guys seen Trot's videos on Bernard Longer, by the way?
Trot looks like he drives for Penske.
The
What?
the reddish orange hair in a mullet format is awesome.
That's impressive.
Did you see his tattoos too? Unbelievable.
Tat it up, huh?
I absolutely, dude. That.
Oh, that's the broadcast booth.
Oh, that is the broadcast booth. Okay, there you go, Buttsy.
All right.
You're at least in the broadcast booth.
As long as I don't have to get naked or anything fucking weird, dude.
There you go.
No, he already said Butsy's in. He's already in.
He did. He said he's going to get drafted.
He's in.
Cool.
Which, if that's the case, I mean, you better start practicing, my friend.
He doesn't have to practice.
Dude, I ain't practicing. I play my best golf fucking 14 beers in.
Oh, Todd said, no, that's for me, I think.
He's got you covered.
Yeah, he's talking about you.
Looks like I'm going to be in the booth and Butsy's going to be out there playing. And that is really going to grind my gears.
Todd did not think he was going to hop in here tonight and just fucking slap his knee for 2 hours.
I think Todd has hit a nerve with me right now. And he knows that it's hitting a nerve when he goes, Buttsy will be a huge off-season signing. But I don't know who this Buttsy guy is with one T. Don't know him.
Yeah, you're trying to claw back at him, but he's got you too. He's scorched you too much.
I have been absolutely demolished. I have been destroyed tonight. This is worse than me wearing freaking UGG loafers right now. Okay, let's get into the LIV Golf news.
Is there news from the other people from the other league?
From the other side of the world.
Let's get into it.
Greg Norman has accepted his fate. He has admitted to media outlets, very depressingly, by the way,
that he does have a huge dong.
He's got a huge cock, but he has been removed as the LIV Golf CEO.
Oh, I'm just heartbroken by that.
What's your take on it, gentlemen? What do you think?
Brent, would you smoke a cigar shaped like Greg's wiener? Serious question.
Answer it, Brent.
No.
Okay.
I just feel like earlier when you described to that guy what kind of cigar he should have for his bachelor party, you
gotta let the guy know what the damn thing looks like.
You pretty much described Greg's wiener. You said a 56 gauge circumference, a big one,
ring gauge,
smokes really good, sounds good in your pocket.
Okay.
Anyways, we can move.
Doing great, guys.
Fuck me running.
This is why when I throw out one question to both of you, you just never know what you're really going to get.
Jesus. What do we think about Greg Norman resigning or being kicked out? Was he resigned or did he get kicked out?
I mean, Todd's onto something here. Where else do you find analysis like this when it comes to Buttsy asking Brent, would you smoke a cigar in the shape of Greg Norman's cock?
That is not what I said. I did not say it vulgarly because I wanted to be able to post this. You're the one.
Unpostable now.
Yeah, you damn porno.
Shocking. How shocking of you. Oh man, if he got fired or was released from his duties as CEO, I think it makes it look a lot worse. But if he just decided to be done, then he's probably made his $1 billion and he's fucking Audi 5000. Go fucking sit on a yacht in the middle of the fucking ocean. Who gives?
This is a massive organization, tons of fucking money, a lot of planning, a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
Are we stupid to say that Greg didn't? You trying to say he doesn't know that this day was coming and like he had an occupation of a role? Like I think he knew.
All right, let's be honest here. Greg Norman might have the biggest ego out of anybody in the world.
I understand that, but I think he knew.
I know. He might have known, but I got a feeling that it hurts. Like you should read his response. Now we don't have a tone of voice to his response to these media outlets, but you read it and it's just like, I have done enough with LIV Golf, blah, blah. Like it is a defeated type of quote.
Well, I guess, I mean, do you guys think that at a at a certain point in time, it was kind of more about, hey, I wanted to get this thing off the ground. I've been trying to do it for 30 fucking years and I finally did it? Or is he like, oh, I can't believe they let me go kind of thing?
I think long term, he's going to look at it in the first way you put it. But I think in the short term right now, I think it hurts. I think that was a gut
they're
punch.
Going to put out anything besides him feeling hurt. Like, that's just good PR, dude. That's just
but
TV.
I mean, think about how much hate this guy gets on a minute by minute basis. I mean, the guy has spent the last, I don't know, like I said, 30, 40 years petitioning the PGA Tour to make a quote unquote world tour. And he basically got it all the way to the front door. And now this new CEO is going to take it with the new deal. And with Trump in office, everything's going to go off without a hitch. And he did what he needed to do.
What I'm saying, and I agree with I understand why you're saying that, but I'm thinking like this is like in the macro world of Greg.
No, and that's also true.
This is a small little blip in his life. He's got all this other shit going on in his life, and at his age now, I'm sure what's important to him. He's not waking up every day with a vendetta towards the PGA Tour anymore. Like that's the last thing he gives a fuck about anymore. Probably.
I don't. I think he wakes up every day thinking, how can I stick it to the PGA Tour?
No, I don't know. I think this is like this little thing over here, and it's great PR to be a part of it. And
I mean, worst case scenario, what? He got fired and didn't see it coming. Best case scenario is that he did what he needed to do, made his $1 billion.
He's known it's been coming since Mark King was supposed to take over for him over a year ago.
Well,
it reminded me of somebody that owns like an F1 team. That's kind of how, yeah.
Oh, well, that's funny because Piff owns F1 as well. So there you go.
Yeah, same kind of deal though. Like he's a figurehead, and
well, but look at who they've got coming in, right? I think his name is O'Neill. Is that right?
Yeah.
The guy's a fucking.
He's a beast, sports beast.
He's incredible. I mean, and I'm not to take anything away from Mr. Norman. I mean, he's an incredible business person, but he's always been in business for himself. And so at this point, this guy that's coming in is going to be able to take an organization that's, by the way, way larger than the PGA Tour Enterprises and come in and run them both seamlessly.
I want to bring this back up real quick because Anti-Liv talked about a conspiracy theory that the PGA Tour Enterprises would never do a deal with PIF, with Norman around. That actually, there were emails that were released to where they stated that they would not, that they were requiring PIF to remove Greg Norman.
Absolutely.
In order for them, and they were talking about in some of the emails with PIF early on that got disclosed that they wanted, Jimmy Dunn was offering to run LIV Golf at the time. So.
Oh, there you go. Greg Norman of the Grass League. That'd be hilarious.
You jumped the gun.
This guy's still on it. Jesus.
You got it.
Dude, honestly, that's what this all comes down to, right? I mean, the story from the beginning has been Jay never even picked up the phone, saw the caller ID, saw that it was Greg, and said, fuck you. So, I mean, from the beginning, it's been a fuck you battle.
Here's the other side to all of this, right? With the LIV Golf news. So, broke today that PIF, their investment is going to change a little bit, but it's all starting to get announced now.
Shocker, right?
Shocker. Donald Trump is going to be in office in January. And guess what? I said, you might hear an announcement before the end of the year.
Yep.
Sure enough, what are we hearing right now is that PIF is going to make an investment. It is less than originally reported. So the only thing that has changed is that I'm hearing that it is less than what it originally was. Part of it apparently is around the U.S. government. I don't know exactly if it is or not, but PIF is going to make an investment of $720 million for 6% of PGA Tour Enterprises, which would put their valuation for PGA Tour Enterprises at around $12 billion.
That doesn't make any sense.
What do you mean?
Well, so, I mean, I understand that what needs to get evaluated and whatnot, but I mean, that number could change completely. I mean, there's no...
The valuation? No, it's what they're buying in for. So when you buy in for a certain percentage, you just do the math, and you're saying that you're valuing the company at $12 billion at this exact point in time.
Yeah.
That's so hard to see. I mean, I hope it. I hope that's how it all ends up working out. But I mean, to me, it just seems like they're just gonna come together, and then everything will get swept under the rug as if nothing ever happened. And then you just see the top players competing for a shitload of money, and everybody else competes for the table scraps.
Mike
the other
Tyson
side
needs
to
to
this,
fight Jake Paul again at one of those events, I think.
the other side to this is there is, I think his name is Matt Vicentia or something like that. I don't know exactly who he is, but he tends to put out stuff on Twitter. I saw Nuclear Golf grabbed something he said. He said he was speaking with Brooks and Bryson, and they said that there could be, based off of this information, very much so, a PGA Tour versus LIV Golf Ryder Cup style next year.
Of course.
What do you guys think about that?
I think it'd be kind of ridiculous, but it'd basically be a President's Cup.
I think it'd be great TV.
I think it'd be fucking phenomenal. I'm with you.
I think the problem is again, you're going to have the same people running the media side of it that have been running it terribly this entire
Not necessarily.
time. No, here's the thing. I think with SSG getting involved, I think, dude, there's a lot of real people involved.
They are all. Listen, I am wholeheartedly holding out hope. There you go. Say that 5 times.
Wholeheartedly holding out
hope that they are able to take this and truly make it a great spectacle of golf for the whole world to see, like it should be week in and week out. The problem is it's the same people that are going to be in charge. Even if the head of PIF, this O'Neill guy, hopefully they push Jay out because he's a fucking no load. And then hopefully, some of the SSG guys step in and do what they need to be doing. But I mean, if they leave it up to the players like they've done so far, it's going to be the exact same story. The President's Cup was whatever. You saw half the shots that actually happened. The Ryder Cup's the same way. And all you're going to see is a bunch of fucking hoopla about who's playing LIV versus PGA Tour. And then you're going to have the same shit. It's going
you're right.
Fucking be super anticlimactic.
It might be. Right? But when that headline comes out that event is going down.
Yeah. A ton of money. And then they're going to watch it and they're going to be like, oh.
Well, it might be good. I mean, dude, they what are we on to? Like our 14th Vegas match or whatever between a bunch of fucking celebrities or like every single one of those is anticlimactic, but people still fucking eat it up, right? Like,
yeah, but that's my point though. It's like if we're talking about it's going to be an amazing thing, it's not, and we know it's not because
people are. I'm telling you, people are okay with that.
Yeah, I understand that, but if they're gonna truly make this thing, all about longevity and make sure this thing keeps pumping out and doesn't lose money every single fucking year, which it does, it needs to change.
I think they're figuring out, Brent, that they're living in a world now to where LIV Golf is going to exist. How do you make the most amount of money knowing that they're going to exist and they're going to be taking money away from other tour events because players are going to be playing in these team events?
Yep.
They might lose some more players that are going to go over and play in these team events as well as soon as this deal goes through.
Well, they'll structure the schedule around it for sure.
But they're going to start benefiting from it because, and this is the part of the deal that did not get announced, that LIV Golf is still going to come under the PGA Tour Enterprises.
That's perfect.
So that's still going to make.
That's what I'm saying, right? So
the PGA Tour a lot of money.
No, I don't disagree with you. I think that there are enough corporate sponsors that will continue to salute that will continue to support the tour and the PIF is obviously a $1 trillion fund, so they don't give a fuck. But you do look quite dapper in that fucking in that jacket.
I'm not gonna lie, I was in there today with Buttsy, and I was just absolutely raping the warehouse because I'm like, oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Oh shit, I love that. Oh yeah, I want that. I want that. I want that. I think the list, and I started feeling bad after a while because I'm just like, dude, I think I could just take the entire collection of everything.
That's I mean, some of these brands, man, I mean, they're making great shit.
They are this is right up my alley with like what I would normally wear.
For sure. Yeah. Kind of New York style, a little bit of Phoenix wear. Yeah, it's perfect.
Little streetwear action.
So I guess, okay, here's my question to you guys. If they can change how the tour is viewed, or the tournaments are viewed, right? Whatever the format may be, Ryder Cup style or team events or whatever. If they could change how it's viewed, do you think that they will make even more money than they would have like a true grassroots, grassroots kind of movement that, funds these things, and they get more people coming to the tournaments, more people watching on TV, more people spending money, and it's more than just a corporate sponsored deal. It's, it's a lot of people behind it throughout the world, and that's,
Well, think about it.
That's a way to make it the most
Why
money,
why
right?
does Live Golf not have a TV deal?
Well, because the PGA Tour has decided that they're gonna.
They blocked it.
It's the
They
big
blocked it
people.
with everybody they possibly could. Did the
Yeah.
same thing with sponsors. Like
For sure.
that cannot be denied. That's not a conspiracy theory.
Oh, that's
Everybody
what
in the know
Oh, that's
knows
true.
that the PGA Tour blocked everything that Liv has been capable of. And guess what? Piff knows it. Liv obviously knows it. And what happens when all of a sudden you release the hounds in terms of sponsors, TV deals, and everything? Live Golf could actually really become something at that point, and they're going to have people that are interested in buying the franchises. If you're able for an indoor golf league that is fully conceptual to get some of the biggest owners in the world in sports to go and buy franchises, you better damn believe that they're going to be able to sell these Live Golf teams to.
Absolutely. No, absolutely agree.
Absolutely, Matt. You are
Especially
100% right.
especially if they could view it the right way. If they could sell it to the public that, hey, this is not going to be your normal bullshit five players for 2 hours, and it's fucking everybody hitting shots. You see it all over the place. And I mean, part of the argument has been that there's not enough money to get enough cameras and enough people to view all these shots. Well, I think that's fucking
Well,
that's bullshit now.
Live introduced to where every shot you can watch online for whatever player you want to.
And the
There's
PGA
no
Tour's been saying
commentary
that, yeah.
to some of the guys,
The
but
product is going to combine, and it's going to be radically different than what we see today. And 10 years from now, it's going to be the norm, and we're going to look back on these early days as like,
Yeah.
remember? That's just what I think is going to happen. It's not going anywhere. This is going to
Totally
be
agree.
one.
some of these
big,
guys are going to be
happy
pioneers,
fucking
man.
family.
Totally agree. I don't
Like
think
Phil
they're-
Mickelson, we might, like, a lot of people shit on Phil and look down on him and so forth because of all of what transpired and whatnot. But in the end, he's going to be looked at as one of these pioneers that took that leap and actually built his legacy off of what he did for Live Golf and
Yeah.
bringing guys over and so forth.
He's
But I
not
do
a
want
dumb
to get to
guy.
real quick. I do want to get to Austin's question. So, is the PGA Tour Enterprise on the hook for Rom's deal and huge purses, or does PIF still fund those things? You better believe that that's already done with PIF. So that's not going to end up being on the PGA Tour Enterprises by any means. Like, I still believe that a lot of the purses and everything are going to be funded by PIF, especially early
and
on.
SSG for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anybody's looking to trash somebody over, if you really, really hate Live, listen, I understand. I have my reservations about it, especially when I was on the Corn Ferry Tour and it came up and I was getting ready to be on the PGA Tour. I thought they were taking away from history and all that other stuff. And I said what I said, and I wouldn't change what I said back then
You
based on
sound
what
like
I knew
Doja
back then.
Cat. Bitch, I said what I
I
said.
said what I said. Come say it to my face. But I think now, especially with what we found out, when they threw us all under the bus last year in Canada, and then just the growing issues that the PGA Tour has had, I think the Live, Greg Norman, Phil Mickelson, and everybody with it has done a great job to try to bring more people into golf. And I mean, if you trash Phil, I understand. If you don't like him, fig jam. But hey, think about all the fucking players that have made hundreds of millions of dollars over the last 2 years because of what Phil did. Period. I mean, you just like think of him as selfish if you want, but fuck, he made a lot of guys a lot of money.
Let's get to this real quick with anti-live. It's never going to combine, he says. PIF will no longer fund LIV, and it will end in 2025. PIF investment into the PGA Tour Enterprises is the path forward. So here's the whole entire thing, anti-LIV.
Those players will combine.
Yes,
Agreed.
the players will, for sure.
And it's ultimately going to be up to the PGA Tour Enterprises if they want to continue LIV beyond 2025. It's going to last through 2025. And I would be very surprised because believe it or not, LIV Golf has built a brand and they have an infrastructure behind it. And I feel like if you let that go at this point, it's a lost business opportunity. And I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think they're going to remain separate. I don't think they're going to combine, but I think you're going to see guys on LIV being able to play in PGA Tour events.
I think you're
going to see some guys from the PGA Tour side that are going to have teams going into LIV Golf.
Yep. I mean, think about all the stuff around Rory getting a team, Tony getting a team. I guarantee you they're talking to Wyndham and all these other guys, right? They've been talking to these guys for years, literally 2, 3, 4 years about this stuff. You can't tell me that when everybody comes back, they're not going to have a quote unquote world tour.
That's what I was just
5 to 8 events.
They will sublet it out. They may not call it LIV or whatever, but they will sublet that
they don't have to.
That format will exist.
There you go. I think it's a ridiculous notion to think that with them changing the PGA Tour to the top 100, that they're not going to be able to finagle their way into changing the schedule, getting rid of tournaments, and saying, hey, there's 10 teams, there's 13 teams with the best players, and you all got to tune in on ESPN or whatever the fuck it is and watch every shot, and they can sell these guys and they can sell the teams and make an absolute ridiculous amount of money.
Do you guys think it's going to be like Oprah? You get a team, you get a team, you get a team. Everybody gets a team.
You take the top 13 players. If you combine LIV in the PGA Tour, you take the top 13 players and then just go on down from there. And that's basically what it's going to be. You get the top, whatever it is, top 3, top 4 guys on each team and just fucking send it. 8 events, making $100 million an event. That's nothing to those guys.
Send it. Now, the last thing around this whole entire LIV Golf Updates is obviously last week we found out about the fact that Tony Finau is not going to LIV Golf. Okay?
He's not?
There is no golfers right now. There are no golfers right now in negotiations with LIV.
Well, why would there be?
Are you sure?
This one I am sure about.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you. Look, is that what that is?
No, this one is. I have talked to enough people that Tony was their last grab before
he said no,
creating this deal.
I mean, so like
Tony backed out.
Thing,
by the way,
right?
so Tony debunked everything. He's like, I was. Now, granted, did he deny being in negotiations? No, because a member of his team was in negotiations, so that we know. But he did say that he's not going, and any reports that were stating that he was going were not credible, is what he said.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, why? If all you got to do is wait 13 months before you can just basically start making $100 million by playing 15, 20 events, why the fuck would you go when you can play in all 4 majors? And fuck, I mean, these guys make so much money. The only reason why a John Rahm would have gone is because he wanted to have generational wealth. And then 15 minutes into the season, he's like, oops, fuck, I can't, shouldn't have done that. And
Brent, are you disappointed? Because you might have been somebody that would have been on Tony's team.
Oh, listen, if Tony gave me the call, and dapped me up and was like, listen, you're in, sure. Until then, it was all a pipe dream.
I'm telling you, they are missing out on a real opportunity for the Utah Soakers.
They really are. I agree.
Here he goes again with the fucking Utah Soakers.
It might be the best team name in sports, in all of sports.
I guess my question to you guys and also the chat. I mean, what does it really look like if the PGA Tour says, fuck it, we're going to take the top 50 players and combine them with, and that, by the way, that includes guys like Brooks and Dustin and John and DeChambeau, and says, you know what, we're just going to go do our own thing over here. We're going to, size down the PGA Tour, size down everything else, and, just go off and do our own thing. I mean, what other things would investment firms want other than their best possible product out there for a limited amount of time, make demand super high, and then all of a sudden they make a shitload of money? I mean, I don't see how complicated it is for these guys to do that. They're already chopping the PGA Tour down to size anyways.
Well,
so why not?
I'll bet anybody on this. With the PIF investment, the Hero definitely becomes the 5th major.
Oh, without a doubt. It already is. I mean, come on. The Players is dog shit compared to the Hero World Challenge. We all know that.
No, the Sheik, what's his name?
By the way, so to Austin's point, I think there's guys that are not going to come back to the PGA Tour. Hence
Yeah,
Cam
like
Smith.
Kevin Na or
Cam Smith's probably never coming back. He's happy with his life over in Australia.
Going fishing.
Yeah. He doesn't want to play in more tournaments than he has to.
No.
Then you've got a guy like Scotty Scheffler, probably never going to have a LIV golf team.
Well,
let's face it.
But again, we're assuming that it's going to be in the same places that it is now. And to be honest, I think it's going to be way more Europe. They may have 1 or 2 events in Asia, maybe, but it's going to be at a time of year where it's convenient for these guys. They get flown over, they get site fees, they get all kinds of shit, show up to a dinner and make $1 million fucking dollars. I mean, it's the same. It's the same. The old HSBC when they had it in, I think it was in Hong Kong. Bubba Watson won it once or twice. They got paid millions of dollars to show up. Yeah.
Oh, they definitely got paid to show up.
So I mean, Tiger played in Turkey.
Oh, I thought you said site fee.
Yeah, site fee.
It's an appearance fee.
Appearance fee.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like they can see.
I mean, Tiger played in Turkey for years, just because they fucking paid him to be there. So I mean, to think that Scotty wouldn't go over and play.
It is funny because Scotty's one of these guys that I think he would surprise us. I mean, he's playing in a the match with Rory McIlroy against Brooks and Bryson. So I mean, Scotty Scheffler, and he was pretty funny. Did you guys hear the press conference with him?
No.
At the Hero World Challenge? People were like, hey, Tiger joined you for your practice round or whatever the hell that they called it. And they're like, what were you guys chatting about? And he's like, oh, you know how the Ryder Cup, like we should be paid a lot of money and that it's bullshit. We don't get paid a lot of money. And he was just trolling and he was trying to keep a straight face throughout it. And he's like, and then, we talked about, and he just kept going down the list of like things that you would not expect. So he's starting to get really comfortable. And that's the thing. I think we're going to start to see Scotty Scheffler's real personality start to come out.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he kind of is.
He's just understated because honestly, he doesn't give the media a whole lot. And now that it's the end of the year, he won 9 times. He made $100 million. Fuck it. Just send it. Send it.
Scotty learned how to putt.
Scotty learned how to putt. He's been putting good for all year. I mean, Jesus, it's pretty unbelievable.
Should we send it?
Send it. Night. LIV. Hold on. So what did anti-LIV say? The U.S. fans rejected LIV and
here. Let me pull it up.
Are you still on your first bottle there, Matt?
Are you beyond? Because you've gotten awfully quiet, Buttsy.
Well,
you've kind of positioned yourself against the tree.
Oh, no, I finished that. I went on to 2 extracurricular whiskey coffees, and now I'm on to a high noon here. So.
Oh, my gosh.
So I'm just
9/11. That's impressive. Like a 5th? What is that?
No, so what people don't realize, Buttsy and I were talking about this today with the Devereaux guys, is that
I feel like I missed out.
Our very first episode we did together was the Waste Management Open Special this past year. And we did it inside of a drive box. And what I didn't realize until I started packing stuff up is we showed up with 3 bottles of Bushwood Spirits at the time, 3 bottles of whiskey. And at
Gone.
the end, 2 of them were gone.
Like,
And there were only 2 people drinking that night, and it was Buttsy and I. And hell of an episode, by the way. One of the all-time favorites. If you guys go back and listen to the Waste Management Open Special from last year, I don't know how we're going to top that next year, but we will.
We top it every week. I mean, come on, guys. We top it every week.
Hell yeah.
So what is this anti-live? So first of all, why is he anti-live? Is it because it's truly?
I think it's because he doesn't like the live tour.
Well, you think, but I mean, I guess we all have our reservations, but
I could be wrong.
I feel like
not quite sure the name gave it away.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Us, the U.S. fans, rejected LIV Golf, LIV and Team Golf to VCs.
This is the 3rd time I've pulled this up for Brent.
Sorry, it's odd because I spoke to
Brent. What are you drinking?
I was coffee and then water.
I feel like you're hammered compared to Buttsy and I.
No, I'm sitting out. It's 40
actually.
degrees out here. It's 40 degrees out here. I'm fucking shaking.
He's freezing.
Get yourself a fucking Sherpa out there.
I do need. No, I need a Devereaux Sherpa. No,
do
that's
some
fucking
grounding.
Swanee style. The fucking black swan. I told you. I asked for one of those fucking sweaters.
Oh, you know what? I've got one on the way for you. I actually got one on the way for you. It's coming.
Anyways.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, really?
I'm dead serious.
Wow.
And Buttsy, you're a double XL, right?
Oh, fuck.
Not to throw you on the spot.
So I spoke to a bunch of the members at the Grove this year because I'm an honorary member out there. It's in Nashville. They had their largest turnout of any
weird
of their
flex,
events.
bro.
Just
yeah,
saying.
this is
just saying. I'm giving you a little bit of insight to what was going on at that LIV Tour event.
Oh, I got all the fucking insight.
I can tell you the biggest problem was that they didn't have enough beer. That was the biggest problem. They had
you don't even drink beer.
They had thousands and thousands of people out there, and they fucking had a blast. And so the fact that he's saying that they rejected it, I think is inaccurate, but that's just me.
You drank so much Dasani, you shit your pants.
I'm already an Aquafina guy.
I will say this. I know a PGA Tour guy that went to a LIV Golf event because it was nearby, and he is one of the biggest haters on X when it comes to LIV Golf.
And he went to the event?
Went to the event.
What
he
a
went to the
fucking weirdo.
No, hang on a second, because he wanted to see what it was all about. And he came back and he told me, he goes, it was actually pretty cool.
Well, they had a bunch of drinks and a bunch of loud music and great players. I can't believe it was fun. That's so fucking weird, dude. I can't even believe it.
And by the way, he has backed off of a lot of his hatred around LIV Golf ever since.
I wonder.
Because he is a dumb.
Brad, I'll tell you off air, but I can't tell you.
I already know who it is. Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I had plenty of hate for it. If we're going to talk about the Saudis and 9/11 and all that other bullshit,
we're not talking about that. It's nothing to do with nothing.
That's what I'm saying is why people may hate the LIV Tour. I get it.
Well, it was the narrative that got built by the media and the PGA Tour.
That's my point. Is that
Let's not talk
I always
about
had an issue with that
thermite that they found underneath those towers.
Hey, Tower 7. We don't need to get into that.
I am not trying to turn into fucking Alec Jones right now, okay?
Hey, we're on the 2-hour mark. We can start talking about conspiracy.
I'm going to tell you right now, I got buddies that were stopped by a security guard telling them to go back to their offices, and the Tower 1 was already on fire, and they went past them and they're like, fuck you. We're going down the stairs, and they went down like 50 stories of stairs and just got out in time.
Thank God. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's just, yeah, we can talk about that all day, but I have my own personal reasons why.
We just headed down a damn rabbit hole with that one.
Yeah,
let's not
change the gears.
I mean,
here. I'm not trying to get assassinated.
Come on, Jimmy. You tell him. Bring that one up.
Oh my God.
That way, Jimmy.
I do have something to mention here that is based off of Jimmy's comments here about the fact that Buttsy looks like Alex Jones. We had a hater on X, and there was a clip of Buttsy and I, and he goes, wow, look at the Temu version of Pat McAfee and Alex Jones. And I'm like, that's pretty fucking good. Like, I was like, that's good trolling right there.
Well done.
Like,
That's
you had to
pretty
give
good.
it up for him.
That was Todd Dobson level trolling right there.
Yeah, and that guy looks like a fucking carrot. Fuck that guy.
Son of a bitch. That's
Fucking
so good.
nerd. Alec Jones.
I think Dylan Vodry might be a little drunk. I still think top
The
50
Quran. I
Quran.
haven't heard about the Quran in a while.
Fairy guy.
Top 50 Quran fairy?
It's the Quran.
What the fuck is this,
It's
dude?
what the
Quran.
it's what
That's how
the
that's
Muslims read.
It's
the
what
Quran.
they believe in.
Quran.
Let's all
Oh
take a
my
moment.
God, that's fantastic. That's enough of that. Oh man. What's on the next? What's up next? What do we got going on?
Bro, you missed one letter in this game and you are fucking grilled.
I thought he meant Korean at first.
Welcome
and
to
I
the
was like,
toaster,
what?
One
babe.
too many drinks, which you kind of have to drink with us in order to
You
really
spelled that
follow
out
along
really
the
nicely,
same
though.
like frequency and wavelength that we've got going on here.
Yeah, or
Pro
just be,
tip.
yeah.
Put
exactly.
it into an AI thing before you fucking copy and paste it.
He probably did, and they fucking he
It's like the
auto-corrected. Corn fairy. Yeah, that's nice.
It's the Quran.
AI would say some weird shit. It would be like, the man that is known as Buttsy has a similar build and shape with weight as well to the Alec Jones. That's what AI would say.
We might need to do an episode where we pull up the voice
AI.
version of ChatGPT and we get into it and we're like, does Buttsy resemble Alex Jones?
I'm going to literally make myself look like Alex Jones. I'm going to shave all my hair except for a couple little twiddlers on top. I'm going to spray red paint on my face so that my fucking diabetes and blood pressure are through the fucking roof. And then I'm going to wear an outfit that looks like my head's sticking out of the top of the Twin Towers.
I got to tell you, man, I felt like it was a compliment when we got called the Temu version of
That's
Pat
fantastic.
McAfee and Alex Jones. I really do.
God, team is great, though. I got
Dude.
someone, Scotty
Wait,
Cameron.
so does
shit
that
off
make
there.
me the Temu version of Aaron Rodgers? That doesn't make any sense.
Did you just self-appoint your... Did you make a...
Well, I'm just saying. Who else am I going to be fucking Temu version of? It's the past the 2-hour mark. We can say whatever we want.
Brent, I do have to say, though, if you're going to take on the
I'm not
Aaron
frozen.
Rodgers role on Pat McAfee, which Alex Jones isn't on Pat McAfee, by the way, but if you were to take on the Aaron Rodgers, you would have to
go on
start doing some
ayahuasca.
ayahuasca.
Yeah.
He
You
just
would have-
said that he looks like Aaron Rodgers, and he said that about himself.
Yeah, and he would have to go down
I would have to
to
go
like
down to Mexico.
Chile and do some ayahuasca. He would have to go into the darkness and sit in the silence for 7 days.
He looks like Maverick in the first Top Gun, dude.
No,
There
he
we
looks
go.
like Goose.
Not
No.
Goose. Goose has
Yeah, the
blonde
mustache,
hair.
dude. It's the mustache.
No.
He's more of a Goose than he is a Maverick. I'll tell you that
No.
much.
No. No. I don't like that.
By the way, don't piss those little fuckers off. Arizona golf courses do not do it.
Well, there's your fucking tip, Buttsy. The fucking golfers before the round. Don't fuck with
Piss
the
off
geese.
who?
Don't
Who are we
piss off the
talking
geese,
about?
The Canadian geese.
I've seen so many attacks. Just
The geese, man.
they don't give a fuck about you or your family.
No, it's the toad. Yeah, toadstool. Actually, to be exact.
Well,
Not venom.
I'll say it right now. Ayahuasca is more of the journey to like get to a place to like. You're dealing with a lot of entities out there with the ayahuasca trip, from what I know of. But the toad venom, you go to the source, you come right back. So
Yeah, straight
Okay.
into the fucking second Matrix.
now Aaron Rodgers is a seeker of truth. So I feel like, Brent, you could be our seeker of truth, and you could go down to Chile, do some ayahuasca. By the way, did you see that Aaron Rodgers has like a documentary coming out called
I will
Into the
watch it.
Darkness, I
I
believe?
will watch it. I will
And,
watch
and
it
it
on
shows
ayahuasca.
it shows him doing the ayahuasca trip.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what's incredible about that guy is, he's still playing at 82 years old with one leg and making a bunch of money playing football. And his team sucks, but it doesn't matter because he's Aaron Rodgers and he did ayahuasca. So, that immediately makes him cool.
I feel like
forever.
he's done ayahuasca several times at this point.
Why wouldn't you if you've got that much money in a fucking private jet? Just fly down, 2 weeks. fly
I'll tell
back
you right
up.
now,
Fuck.
I did the toad venom, and I don't know if I really want to go on the ayahuasca
More of an
journey.
I will
Ibogaine
tell you
guy.
this, and this is not from personal experience. This is somebody I know. But if you take 4 tabs of acid and smoke a Jeffrey,
Is it Jeffrey laced with heroin?
Don't know.
It's
Like I said, this wasn't me. Okay.
it's fentanyl.
Somebody I know, but that will teach you everything. And then listen.
Oh no,
to the
that's a
al-
Jimmy, by the way. That is
listen-
a Jimmy,
listen
and I
to the
only know this
alternative-
because of some weird reason.
Nirvana.
Then
Listen to
turn on
Nirvana.
the alternative EDM band Spangle.
Spangle?
Yeah. Oh, we
Why? Why,
yeah,
why is
dude.
Brent going absolutely berserk over Spangle?
'Cause
Just
we did-
do that.
because- Yeah, we did
You'll
that.
you'll
One.
learn everything you need to know about the world.
You learn everything you need to know about
Not me.
the alter ego
Not
of,
me.
of that man sitting over there in the corner.
I'm lost here, gents.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
am
inside
too.
joke.
It's
It's
really
an
good.
inside joke.
It's went south quick.
The Spangle.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh, listen to some of that before you go to bed tonight. If you did the toad venom, it'll take you right back to that thing's asshole, whatever pooped that venom out.
I don't think it will.
Don't do that. Don't.
I'm
do
gonna
that.
tell you right
0
now.
out of 10.
Don't think it will.
Spangle is a 0 out of 10. People.
You listen to Spangle for over a minute. If you get past the 1 minute mark, you're gonna feel like Indiana Jones, like some fucking aborigine in a jungle is gonna shoot you with a dart.
Wow.
That's where you're gonna be.
Wait,
Right.
can you say that 5 times fast? Aborigine. Just the word aborigine. That is a
Aborigine?
3. That's a
Kobe
cadence to
Bryant.
say that.
Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, 80 points a game.
Give us a little Arnold.
What do you want?
Anything. I feel like
Arnold.
why don't you take us home with a little Arnold?
Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Yeah.
It's not
Tell me
the
about your
tumor.
day today, Arnold.
I'm not getting it, dude. You did this last time, and you backed me into a corner, and then I woke up the next day terrified about what came out of my mouth. But I can tell you, what I will tell you though is when we were filming on the set of Die Hard, right? Yeah, Die Hard 4 with a Vengeance. Me and Samuel L. Jackson, we ran into this. There was a little fountain, right? Because there was bombs that they put into these schools, right? And they were gonna blow up these kids. So what we had to do was we had to take this jug of water, and then I had to get him to do it. We had to put the right amount of water in this jug, and then put it in the right amount this way. And then the guy got sprayed in the face with a bunch of candy from the fucking vending machine, right? But they found the bombs and saved those kids.
That's great.
That's Bruce.
Don't forget your feet, Bruce.
No, I got the baddest fucking feet there is. I threw Hans Brick off.
Now,
the
is
top
that a
of the
Christmas
restaurant.
movie?
No.
It is.
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, Christmas movie. That's what everybody says, but I'm not real partial.
Guys, I gotta tell you, I think it's that hour.
216. Call it a day. Nice.
I think
we're
we
done.
I think we gotta call it. I think we are to that point to where we have nothing else.
I think it went
Slow
well.
clap. Slow clap.
Folks, make sure before the end of the year, by the way, to hop on over to swannies.co and utilize the promo code POLHOOKGolf25 at checkout for 25% off your entire order. And then our brand new partnership and sponsorship. I don't know what the hell you call it, but
Partnership.
good old
It's a partnership.
listen, I'd love to call it a partnership.
Little
It
lower,
is
Buttsy.
a
Lower.
sponsor partner
Lower.
sponsorship.
Lower. There you go.
And good old Devro Golf. There you go, folks. It is a Devro with 3 E's. DEVEREUX golf.com. Utilize promo code POLHOOKGolf20 at checkout. Get 20% off. And folks, this is our brand for 2026 or 2025, my friends.
Whoa.
So
Whoa.
yeah, might be jumping the gun with 2026, but folks, head on over. This is straight from AZ. This is how we represent. We got scorpions on shit. We got snakes on shit. I mean, shit. I got bit on the arm.
I'm gonna give it a little bit of this. A little shout out. To the
Hell
Celtics.
yeah.
Devro
Hell yeah.
Golf, head on over. We had our nice little gift from good old Johnny Walker tonight. That was delicious.
Walker.
We've also got a little Vice Golf Pro Plus action here. So without further ado, folks, we are signing off. Hang on, folks. Get ready.